Okay, so remember how I mentioned that the older games were kind of hard to capture? Yeah. Welcome to kind of hard to capture. So yeah, I had to Windows out of the game or tab out of the game to start the stream. And when I did that, you wound up with this delightful graphical glitch. There we go, all fixed. Not even close to a problem, right? All right, we are back with Nancvember. Nancvember? Nancvember. We're back with Nancvember. Actually, before I do that, let's go to setup.
Dear Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis. We have tickets to tonight's premiere of the new Brady Armstrong movie, Vanishing Destiny. It's the last screening ever at the Royal Palladium. This place has been a landmark for almost a century. And now, in just 3 days, it's going to be demolished. I wish I could have seen the theater back in the 20s before it was turned into a movie house.
Okay,
All
that's
the
fine.
great magicians performed here, even Harry Houdini.
That's fine.
There's a lot
That's
of
just
public
my volume.
opposition
I
to
keep
the
my
loss of
volume
this
pretty
historic
low so it
building.
doesn't blow out my
Rumor has it
eardrums.
local activists are planning to stage a big protest out front tonight.
That means...
The theater will be closed when we...
Okay. There we go. But that means that when it's blowing out my eardrums on too, it's probably blowing out
Dear
yours.
Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis.
Nice.
We have tickets to tonight's premiere of the new Brady Armstrong movie, Vanishing Destiny. It's the last screening ever at the Royal Palladium. This place has been a landmark for almost a century. And now, in just 3 days, it's going to be demolished. I wish I could have seen the theater back in the 20s before it was turned into a movie house. All the great magicians performed here, even Harry Houdini. There's a lot of public opposition to the loss of this historic building. Rumor has it local activists are planning to stage a big protest out front tonight.
This
The
guy.
theater will be closed when we arrive, but they'll let us in since Maya is covering the story for the university newspaper. Oh boy, a press pass sure does come in handy.
Doesn't it?
Maya told me she has an interesting lead,
I say like I
and we're
never
on
had
our
a
way
press
to interview
pass.
Brady Armstrong about the controversy now. I know he's one of your favorite stars. Stay tuned. Maya always gets the full scoop. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy.
Well, all right then, let's go. So this is the one where all of the
Okay,
phone
Nancy,
calls are on
here
auto.
I go. Cross your fingers, there's a story behind this door.
Go get 'em, Scoop.
Meet you in the lobby.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello?
Hello.
Think I'll go check out the snacks.
Always.
That sounds like Maya. Help! Nancy!
I don't know why I knocked on the door. Maya? I mean, she's not here. What do you want me to do? Ah, there we go. That's what you want me to
Hello?
Listen carefully.
do. Go.
If they knock the theater down, the girl goes with it.
What? Who is this?
Okay,
Hello?
so it's coming from
Hello?
5, which is the women's dressing room. Ooh.
You'll never get away with this. Do you hear me?
So now it's coming from 3, which is the projection room. You're messing with the wrong girls, whoever you are. She's a reporter and I'm a detective. We don't scare easy. Or you're crazy. Maya's got nothing to do
You're
with this
crazy.
demolition.
Maya's got nothing to do with this demolition.
This is Joseph Hughes, the caretaker. I'm looking for Brady Armstrong. He said he'd be there. Who's this? And what's all the excitement?
My friend disappeared from Brady's dressing room. I heard her scream. I think she's been kidnapped. Or I'm sorry, but I have to go. Something's gone terribly wrong. Let's just cut to the chase.
My friend has disappeared from Brady's dressing room. I heard her scream. I think she's been kidnapped.
I do think she has been.
Please try to calm down and tell me what's going on. What's your name, dear?
I'm Nancy. My friend Maya's gone, and I just received a threatening phone call from the kidnapper. Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm Nancy. My friend Maya's gone, and I just received a threatening phone call from the kidnapper.
I feel like that'd do it for
They
me.
must have taken her through that secret passageway. Holy smokes. And you're on an inside line. That call must have come from inside the building. We gotta act quick. You check out the secret passageway. I'll make sure all the exits are locked, and then I'll come find you.
Okay.
Hey, you. No groupies in the dressing rooms. But since you're such a rascally fan, what would you say to a signed autograph from yours truly?
I'm not here for an autograph. My friends are. Pardon? Let's just go
I'm
with.
not here for an
Just leave me
autograph.
alone,
My
dude. I got
friend's been
things.
kidnapped.
Kidnapped? Maybe you better tell me what's going on here.
No, maybe I better go looking for people. Why am I doing so much explanation? I don't have time to explain. The kidnapper may still be in the building. I need to search this room.
I
Goodbye.
don't have time to explain. The kidnapper may still be in the building. I need to search this room. Do you mind?
Sure thing. How can I help?
First of all, let me do my thing.
The caretaker was looking for you. See if you can help him.
Roger.
Go. Leave me be. Why am I doing so much explaining? Why? She's like, my friend's been kidnapped, and everyone's like, okay, give me a detailed explanation. Okay. Well, I got my first item. Right. I know what I'm doing. Okay, this one. We want to go here. Pull that lever. I remember.
It's locked.
I remember. It's been a couple years, but I remember. There we go. Through here, I don't see any signs of anybody. And out here.
I may have to cut this short, Hal. Someone just climbed out of my wardrobe.
Can't you see I'm on the phone here?
This is an emergency. I'm looking for a 19-year-old girl.
This is an emergency. I'm looking for a 19-year-old girl with black hair.
Listen, sweetheart, I have a premiere tonight and no stylist for my star. So don't tell me about problems.
Seriously? That's your biggest concern?
But this is an emergency.
I said scram.
Okay, so how about if I just, like, poke around your room instead? Oh, her sink don't work. I suppose fixing the sink would not be high priority at this point. Look, her interactive! Back before they could put Easter eggs for every game into every game. Alright, so this is just this is just for the Kay loves tea apparently. For the secret passageway. The snake was here. Just so you knows. Alright, well, she's definitely not here. And I can tell you right now, if the kidnapper had taken her out this way, Miss Rude Face over here would have seen her, right? So let's check out this way. That is not at all what I was aiming to do. But I'll tell you what was. Come here. This is. Oop, another little graphical glitch there. It's okay. It's not a big deal. There we go. Ready? This is a smart idea. Let's just suspend this really heavy box over my head. Right, let's just suspend this really heavy box up there. There's a basement. And we have a basement. Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up.
Hi.
Ah.
Okay.
Find the ace of spades.
So there
Keep
it
your
is.
eye on the card.
It went in the middle. Technically, it should be out here, but it really is kind of random. Yeah.
Oh, so close, but no cigar. The hand is quicker than the eye.
Alright, let's try this again.
Find the ace of spades. Keep your eye on the card.
See, it should be over here, but it's probably not.
Don't blink. You might miss something.
It's more RNG.
The hand is quicker than the eye.
I'm gonna do this till we win.
Keep your eye on the
Because he puts it in second, and then he doesn't really shuffle the cards at all. Which means it should be here. But it never is.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Perhaps you need your eyes checked.
I do.
The hand
Probably.
is
It's been a while.
quicker than
Couple
the
years.
eye.
Anyway.
Find the ace of spades.
Alright.
Keep your
Let's just click
eye
on the same button
card.
until we get it. Nope.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Perhaps you need your eyes checked. The hand is quicker than the eye.
You say that, but it really isn't.
Find the ace of spades. Keep your eye on the card.
There it is!
Congratulations! You've
Your
beat the
audience will be
magician.
dazzled.
Don't forget to collect your winnings.
Ah. Flash paper. Every magician keeps some handy. Directions. Slide the flash trigger ring through your middle finger. You mean onto? Not through? On your middle finger? Anyway. Use the flint wheel or finger flasher to create a spark. Then throw the flash paper and watch as it ignites. Your audience will be dazzled by the bright light and puff of smoke. For great theater, special effects, disappearing acts, or any time you need to throw someone off your trail. A caution: flash paper is a pyrotechnical device and should not be used by children without adult supervision. But don't worry, we'll make it a prize at our obvious game for children. Ooh. So I may not fully remember what to do here. It's gotta be spades, right? Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah! Alright, there we go. Crack the code. Oh! Is this a slider puzzle? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. So there we go. No, but that could be the top of her head. It is. Alright. So thank goodness it's not a slider puzzle, it's a switchy the tiles puzzle. I don't mind the switchy the tiles. I'm not great with sliders. Okay. That's probably going to be up there, maybe? Unless it's down here. Yeah, that might be down there. Okay. Close, but no. Okay, well those definitely match. I'm not sure if they're in the right positions though. Okay, that matches. This doesn't though. This should be down here somewhere. Are we thinking this is side border maybe? Okay. So then this is probably up here. Assuming I'm reading this correctly. Ooh, this is her chess piece here. Here we go, here we go. Do-do-do. And then that goes there. Ah! Ha 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 ha! We're getting closer here. That definitely goes there. Ah! Got it. Of course.
It looks like the gears are missing.
Well, alright. But hey, at least I figured out the slidey puzzle. Well, I checked the basement. What do we got? Door? Door to the first floor balcony. I found a quarter. Wrong way. That way. What do we have here? Roof is smoke and mirrors brown. How nice. Frank Chapeau. Dizzy Nochon. What is this? The Society of American Magicians would like to thank Harry Houdini for his great generosity and tireless devotion to promoting the craft of magic. As president of the Society for 10 years, Mr. Houdini brought the worldwide recognition to the art and helped to foster the careers of countless aspiring magicians. We are honored to follow in his footsteps. Let's start with the beginning of this. Houdini casts a spell on the Palladium. Last night, the master of illusion and undisputed king of handcuffs, Harry Houdini, performed at the Royal Palladium. If you didn't attend, you missed a crackerjack show. The standing room-only performance began with the uproarious comic stylings of comedian Slappy Henderson. While Slappy was taking jabs at the Coolidge administration, he was distracted by a portly theater patron who was late taking his seat in the something or another. I didn't quite read that last bit. He was late taking a seat in the front row. Slappy was merciless in ridiculing the woman for her tardiness and took no time in commenting on her floral print dress and matching hat. I like your dress, lady, but isn't it a little early for Halloween? After Slappy warmed the crowd, Harry Houdini took command of the stage, joined by his beautiful wife and assistant, Bess. Hey, what do you know? Bess is also our assistant. The Houdinis pulled out all the stops, astounding the crowd with amazing feats of daring miracle, including Mr. Houdini's death-defying escape from the watery grave. A custom-made aquatic tank built by J.J. Thompson, the owner of the Royal Palladium. So confident was Mr. Thompson that Houdini could not beat his contraption that Thompson staked $50,000 on the challenge. Yow! What a blow to JJ's billfold. Read your exclusive coverage of this story on page 5. Even with such a spectacle, it was the last illusion of the evening, the Houdini transformation, that simply brought the house down. The illusion began with 2 iron cages being lowered from the ceiling to the stage. Bess gracefully stepped into the first cage, and got lifted from the ceiling and got lifted 3 feet into the air. As the stage cans covered her with cage-length curtain, Houdini stepped into the adjacent iron cage. While he was lifted up, Houdini transfixed us with a penetrating stare and began a countdown at 3. His cage came to a halt 3 feet above the stage at 2. A cage-length curtain quickly enveloped the magician, but it was not Houdini's voice who shouted 1. In less than a heartbeat after it was dropped, the curtain was instantly lifted, revealing Bess Houdini standing where her husband had been but a moment ago. But a moment before, Harry Houdini had vanished. Amid the applause, Bess gestured to the still-cloaked cage suspended beside her. A stagehand removed the curtain to reveal not Harry Houdini, as we all expected, but Slappy Henderson. You thought you'd gotten rid of me, didn't you? Slappy yelled to the woman in the floral dress. The poor woman lumbered up from her front row seat. Someone ought to teach you some manners, she said, wagging a pointed finger at him. She then turned to face the audience, removed her hat and wig with a flourish, and revealed her true identity as Harry Houdini, of all people. The Royal Palladium exploded with applause as the Houdinis took their bow to a standing ovation. Never before had St. Louis been treated with such unparalleled magical genius. Well, okay then. Up the Houdini transformation. Witness an astounding metamorphosis that dares to boggle the human mind. What do we got? The Royal Palladium, St. Louis, Missouri. Shelby and White. A cornucopia of humorous magical acts. Incredulous Madame Zuni and her dancing monkeys. Real live animals. The juggling Pekingese. Yan, the singing Siamese cat. 1 week only. The Royal Palladium. Sonia Smith and acrobatic hijinks. Holiday special, 1 month, not to be missed. Juggling Smith and his ragtime band, a musical hodgepodge of laughter. And special attraction, Zagid the Magnificent. Can't look at the bottom, there it is. Also featuring Madame Lysandrex, Lady of the Night, making her first American debut in spectacular fashion only in St. Louis. Born in 1874 in Budapest, Hungary, under the name Eric Whites, Houdini's family soon moved to Appleton, Wisconsin. From there, at the age of 12, Houdini ran away from home. By age 13, he had reunited with his family in New York City and began performing magic card tricks under his original stage name, Eric the Great. In the course of his illustrious 33-year career, Houdini escaped from prison cells, handcuffs, leg irons, straitjackets, packing crates, milk cans, coffins, and St. Louis kite tycoon J.J. Tompkins Thompson's infamous watery grave. In addition to being the greatest escape artist of all time, Houdini was a master of illusion. In 1918, the Hippodrome in New York, he made an elephant disappear on stage. And according to Houdini, the elephant, Jenny, weighed 10,000 pounds. His brilliant skill and ability to baffle and amuse an audience remains unsurpassed to this day. And we've got these lovely pictures of Harry Houdini, the King of Chains, and Zagd the Magnificent. The Royal Palladium presents the genius of escape Harry Houdini is challenged by J.J. Thompson, entrepreneur and owner of the Royal Palladium Theatre. Witness a once-in-a-lifetime event right here in St. Louis as the masterful Houdini is plunged into the watery grave and faces the most impossible escape of his career for the cash reward of $50,000. 3rd March 1925. Tickets are limited, by the way. Make sure you get yours soon. Nope, out of service. Hello, you seen anybody come by here?
No teeny boppers till showtime. House rules.
You see my friend Maya, 1955? Yeah.
Have you seen my friend Maya? She's 19, 5'5", black hair. She has on running shoes, jeans, and a black shirt with butterflies on it.
And the crisis is?
She's a reporter doing a story on Brady Armstrong trying to get in it. She disappeared.
She went into Brady Armstrong's dressing room and disappeared.
Good old Charmstrong. Why are women always losing themselves over him?
Is it just me, or do you sound slightly jealous? This is serious. I think she's been kidnapped.
This is serious. I think she's been kidnapped.
Phew. Kidnapping? That's a high-profile tactic. Somebody means business. So what's the demands?
Suddenly Maya's fate is tied to the theater. That's a little dramatic. It's like they want... I'm wondering why he thinks there are demands.
Don't you mean, what are the demands?
Who are you, my freshman English teacher?
Oh, sorry. I did the wrong thing. That's fine. Whatever.
Sorry, but in my experience, people take you more seriously if you speak properly.
So what's the
Seriously,
demands?
that's a little stuffy.
The phone call was awful. They want
My
the
brain
demolition
not work some
stopped.
days.
No kidding. That'll blast those bureaucrats and corporate bigwigs out of their dream world. Applause for the cause. We need all the help we can get.
Beg pardon?
Excuse me? We're talking about a girl's life here.
I'm sorry. I know you're upset.
Duh.
Don't mess with your friend. They just took her for effect. It's called making a statement.
No. Oh, so this is just a pretend kidnapping. I never would have guessed. My scream sounded so real. A statement? They said they'll let Maya go down with the building if it gets demolished.
Oh, so this is just a pretend kidnapping. I never would have guessed. Maya's scream sounded so real.
She'll be okay. Trust me.
I'm with Nancy being a sassy pants. Yeah, okay. Let's go with how would you know?
How would you know?
Let's just say I know a little bit about impassioned people and their extreme measures.
Okay. I'm not going to say that out loud. You don't say that out loud. If you're gonna, don't trust him more than you can throw him. Just don't say that out loud. I'm going to start searching.
I need to start searching for evidence, but I'll be back with more questions for you, Nicholas.
Alright, let's check down here. J.J. Thompson, the man himself. We have Woolly Hammer Pleon. James Jehoshaphat Thompson, born in Hannibal, Missouri. Thompson was the fifth son of Jasper Jimmy Thompson and Mary Tally Moore. You sure you didn't mean Tyler? Oh, sorry. Mary Tally Monroe. While the four oldest sons followed in their father's footsteps, serving their community as large animal veterinarians, James Jehoshaphat was a born entrepreneur and showman. At the age of 6, he was already selling tickets to the local boys to see one of his older brothers birth a calf. J.J. could attract an audience to almost any event and wrote this biography. At the age of 18, he moved to St. Louis to make it big. But by the age of 34, he had designed and built the Royal Palladium Theater with the grand ambition to make this theater one of the foremost venues in the country for magic acts. He had the stage specifically built to attract and accommodate the masters Frank Shapiro, Dizzy Nashon, Rufus Smoke and Mirrors Brown, Zagad the Magnificent, and the greatest of them all, Harry Houdini. Over the course of Thompson's lifetime, the Royal Palladium became world-renowned. After his death, his children carried on the entertainment tradition, and the theater remains in the Thompson name to this day. Well, all right then. What do we got? The Merchant of Milano. A play by William Shakespeare. J.J. Thompson put up another photo of himself here. Okay. Magdalena Applewhite of Brigaden in 1935. And over here, of course, is Brigaden the Musical. Keith Swanson as Timmy McAllister, Ty Cooper as Jeff Doggy, Jenna Robbins as Flora, and Leah Lawson as Jane Abercron. It's held at the Royal Palladium. King Liam. Laurie Bren and Ted Skanowski. Wonderful city, yes. We have Jake Sherwood, Nebraska. And we have the wonderful city, yes. And this is back where we came from, so we know she's not backstage. Another first floor balcony? Nothing here. Just a first floor balcony. Alright. Cannot investigate that door, it would seem. What about this curtain? Into the actual theater itself. Fun. That goes backstage. Not super worried about it right now. So this leads into the main section of the theater.
Popcorn.
Yum. I don't think I would react like that if I saw an empty tub of popcorn laying down on a seat. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to walk by an empty tub of popcorn and go, popcorn, yum, that looks amazing. That's probably house stale by now. Here, give me that. We're going to need it later. Why do his eyes glow red? That's what I'd want to know. Why do your eyes glow red, sir? So this is the box office. She's not in here. Can confirm. So that clears the basement. That clears the first floor. Let's check out the balcony up here. Well, I don't see any Maya. We'll go to the projection room in just a second.
This one's missing.
It is missing, isn't it? Well, looky there. Got it. All right. No Maya up here either. Well, I've done a pretty thorough search, or at least as thorough as the point-and-click adventure will allow me to do. Maya? I'll take that. Maya! She's not in the cabinet. Oh, this is definitely reused. They polished this one up and reuse it in Danger on Deception Island.
You must be Nancy.
Yes, sir.
The worry's written all over your face.
Well, thank
Well,
you.
I'm Joe. I started to look for you, but then I figured better to park myself and let you find me. Any trace of your friend?
Well, I found the secret passageway, all right, but no sign of Maya. I can't believe this is happening. Not a trace, and the dressing room is in ship shape. If I hadn't heard her scream, I'd think she just disappeared in a puff of smoke. Guess the kidnapper must have escaped through that passageway. But all it led me to was a cranky Hollywood agent.
I found the secret passageway all right, but no sign of Maya. I can't believe this is happening.
Well, what about calling the police? There's an outside line in the ticket booth.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Sure, I'll go call the police. Right after we take a look at what's over here. Woo! We'll read that later. Let's go call the police first. All right. There we are. Oh, right, I need the police. Royal Palladium Police. Oh, that's the Royal Palladium. The police department is 1422. You didn't need the, area codes, I don't think.
St. Louis Police Department.
Yeah.
I'm calling to report a kidnapping.
Is the kidnapping in progress?
No.
Hold on, miss. I'll transfer you to the Missing Persons Unit.
Missing persons, Sergeant Mac Ramsey speaking.
I'm calling to report a kidnapping.
So these were all
no
on
longer in
autopilot.
progress.
And who am I speaking with,
There's
please?
no choices
My name
I can
is
make.
Nancy Drew.
Okay, Miss Drew. Now, did you witness this kidnapping?
No, but I heard it.
What exactly did you hear?
My friend went into a dressing room. I was out in the hall. And I heard her scream, so I went in after her, but she was gone.
When and where did this happen?
Just now, at the Royal Palladium Theater.
And what's your friend's name, Miss Drew?
Maya Wynn.
Can you spell that, please?
M-A-Y-A, last name N-G-U-Y-E-N.
Age?
19.
Physical description.
She's Asian American. I guess about 5'5",
Didn't you
long
call her
black
5'4"
hair.
before?
So you didn't actually witness anything, is that right?
I heard her screaming, and I received a threatening phone call. That must count for something.
A threat. Can you describe the voice? Was it a man or a woman?
It was spooky. I think they were using some
I was going
voice
to try and
disguise
pick
device.
a dialogue option, but
yes.
there aren't any.
That'll make it impossible to tell the gender of the caller. Did
This
you
is
notice
back
anything
when,
suspicious looking in the vicinity?
The
No.
phone calls
No
were all
suspects.
auto.
Any visible signs of struggle in the dressing room? Did your friend leave anything behind? Her purse? Anything that might have fallen out of her pockets?
No.
No evidence. Does your friend work at the theater?
No, she's a student at Washington University.
Does your friend have any enemies?
Oh, my
Maya?
gracious.
I highly doubt it.
And what business did Maya have entering the theater dressing room?
She's a reporter for the school paper. She was there to do an interview.
What about Maya's parents? Have they been contacted?
They're in Vietnam this time of year. I don't know how to contact them.
Fair enough.
Okay, miss. I'll file this report. After 24 hours, if she hasn't turned up, we consider her a missing person and begin to investigate.
How can she turn up? She's been kidnapped.
Unlikely. With all the scuttlebutt around this demolition, this stinks of student prank.
A prank? But this building is going to be demolished in 72 hours. How can we afford to take that chance?
How do you mean?
The kidnapper must be holding her in the building, don't you think?
Unlikely. No competent kidnapper keeps their captive anywhere near the scene of the abduction. Is there anything else, Miss
Unless,
Drew?
of course, they're trying
Sergeant,
to
I
get
really don't
the
think
building.
we can afford to wait 24
They're trying to
hours.
stop a
It's
demolition.
standard procedure, Miss Drew. Unless you can provide us with some evidence that your friend was taken by force, it's 24 hours.
Thanks, Sergeant. I'll call you back when I have the evidence.
You do that.
Bye.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do a quick thing. I'm gonna fill Bess in, and I am going to grab something out of my fridge real quick. So all of the phone calls are on autopilot. So there's really nothing I can do with all these.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Give me
it's
one
Nancy.
second. I'll be back.
Nancy, it's about time. How's St. Louis?
Something terrible has happened. Maya went to Brady's dressing room to interview him. I guess he wasn't there. She screamed, and now she's gone. I think she's been kidnapped.
Oh my gosh. Why would anyone want to kidnap Maya?
I received a threatening phone call. Somebody wants desperately to stop this demolition, and they're holding Maya as a bargaining tool.
That's terrible. Have you called the police?
I called, all right, but get this. According to standard procedure, they can't get involved until Maya has been missing for 24 hours.
What could possibly be standard about a girl getting kidnapped?
They're not convinced it's a
Told ya.
kidnapping.
Well, how did she disappear
Wouldn't even miss
then?
me.
Poof? Alakazam?
Sergeant Ramsey says it could be a prank, or Maya might have just taken off or something.
Sergeant Ramsey obviously doesn't know Wash U's most dedicated reporter.
It's true. The only way she would have abandoned this story is if someone dragged her away from it.
Do Maya's
Okay.
parents know?
They always travel this time of year, remember? And besides, I've got to find Maya before this demolition. I doubt her parents could get back from the other side of the world before then anyway.
What a
There we
mess.
go.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been so personally attached to a case.
Call me back when you know more. I'll get a hold of George and Ned and let them know what's going on. Poor Maya. I guess the only consolation is that she's got you on the rescue mission.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Just wanted to grab a bit of caffeinated beverage.
Nancy, what's the 411?
The 411?
Come on, Nancy. That's vintage slang. You know, the 411, the deal, the lowdown.
So you know what? Why don't you tell me about your
So,
thing?
humans against the destruction of illustrious theaters. Tell me about it.
This theater's a spotted owl. It's a humpback whale. It's endangered. Illustrious buildings testify to our finest human hours. They should be celebrated, not bulldozed to make way for cardboard megaplexes. Need I
Kate
say
might
more?
bark, sorry. Do you know what they plan to build on the spot?
Do you know what they plan to build on this spot after the theater is gone?
Oh, it's very hush-hush. The name of the building firm is Wave of the Future, and the owner
Okay,
is
saw
some
a
B.
cat.
Thompson, a descendant of J.J. Thompson, but he's never available for comment. fishy, right? $10 says B stands for baloney.
All right. Well, I guess I'll catch you later.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
All right, then. So his organization is Had It? I mean, that's really stretching it. But okay. Alright, let's talk to the sweet old man up here. Hello?
What did the police say?
According to their policy, Maya is not officially missing yet. If I want their help before tomorrow, I'll have to come up with some evidence of foul play.
According to their policy, Maya's not officially missing yet. If I want their help before tomorrow, I have to come up with some evidence of foul play.
But this theater's gonna be torn down in 3 days. Did you tell them that?
They say it's unlikely that the kidnapper would keep her in the building.
Well, I checked all the outside doors, and they're locked up tight. Only folks who've been in the theater all day are Brady and Simone, you and Maya, Nicholas Falcone, and myself.
How can you be sure?
How can you be sure?
Well, I've only got this one pair of eyes, so I can't say 100%.
Did you notice anything?
Did you notice anything suspicious?
I was up here in the projector room, sound testing for the premiere. But I'd be disappointed in your detective work if you didn't put me through the ringer like a regular suspect.
Well, okay then. Sound testing. Yeah, I think I remember hearing you practicing your MC voice now that you mention it.
Simone Mueller is the only person I haven't been able to talk to yet.
Well, they sure grow 'em ornery out there in California, don't they?
Maybe it's something in the water. Is she really that tough? Nah, I've dealt with some pretty tough customers, Joseph. It's just someone has... I just hope someone has warned her about me. Have you had bad dealings with her?
Have you had bad dealings with her?
She's a little intense. Probably a showbiz thing, but I don't guess anything in L.A. has prepared her for the likes of Nancy Drew.
Yeah, I like to end with questions wherever possible. I need a map of the theater. Is there a floor plan or a set of blueprints? Does this theater life of yours count as a showbiz thing?
Doesn't this theater life of yours count as a showbiz thing?
This life? Gosh, no. I enjoy playing movies for folks, but showbiz, that's something else. Now, what's your plan of attack?
Time to start searching. Can you give me a map or some blueprints to this place? Yeah.
Time to start searching. Can you give me a map or some blueprints of this place?
Try calling county administration. The records division keeps that type of stuff. I bet a blueprint would show secret passages that even I've never found. Ask for the original plans, not the ones from the 56 remodel.
Okay. What was the remodel about?
What was the 56 remodel all about?
J.J. Thompson, the original owner, died in 1950. His kids inherited it and decided that movie theaters were the wave of the future. Anyway, I've spent the last 40-something years finding my way around this place, so let me know if I can help.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joseph.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
I try not to, man. Don't let the turkeys get you down. That's always a favorite. Alright, so we need to talk to Simone. We need to have another conversation with Brady. And we need to call the city department. I guess it's garbage pickup and disposal. 1013. They don't really spell that one out, but the city municipal would be garbage and disposal. So it would make sense. No? Okay. Just out of curiosity, 7189. What do you think? Did we get anybody? I think it just rings. It just rings in here. That's great. Alright, we've called the police department. Let's try 8726. What you got?
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
Aw, come on. Alright, well, fine. Could also try 555 Mystico for no real reason. It's an Easter egg from another game. It wouldn't have. It's way too early for this. Anyway, let's go see if we can chat with Brady and Simone. Brady! There he is.
Any news?
How do you keep up with all your fans, Brady? A big star like you must get hundreds of it. Do you mind if I take a look around in here? Where were you when the kidnapping happened?
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
Me? You think I kidnapped Maya and then breezed in here just 4 minutes later? Where would I hide her? In my back pocket?
Yeah, that's nice. Where were you?
Okay, but where were you?
Well, I was late getting back from a haircut. This is hard for me. I think my hairline might be receding. It's miserable. Simone's gonna go through the roof.
They have stuff for that these days. How do you keep up with all your fans? Sure.
How do you keep up with all of your fans, Brady? A big star like you must get hundreds of emails.
Hundreds? Try thousands. All my email goes through Simone. She reads it, she writes back. Control issues, you know? Off the record, any message that says love Brady is just a big electronic smooch from her.
Well, okay then.
Do you mind if I take a look around in here?
Be my guest.
Talk to you later, Brady.
Cool beans.
I mean, really? I am gonna up her voice just a little bit.
Dear Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis. We have tickets to tonight's premiere of the new Brady Armstrong movie, Vanish.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Just because she sounds a little quiet. Alright. You. Hello.
Nancy Drew, Simone Mueller. Don't worry, Vanishing Destiny is off. We've got bigger fish to fry.
The premiere's been
The
canceled?
premiere's been canceled?
Of course. I mean, a kidnapping? Right out of my star's dressing room? The premiere is small potatoes. It's worth more to us canceled, or at least postponed. When the news gets out, the whole nation will be watching.
I don't think the press should get involved before the police have a chance to investigate. I'm worried sick about my friend here, and all you could think of is another media event?
I don't think we should get the press into this before the police have had a chance to investigate.
Where are you from?
River Heights?
River Heights? Why?
Yes, precisely. River Heights.
Hey!
Listen, doll, I'm from L.A.
Good for
This
you.
ain't my first time at the rodeo. We'll find your friend, or Brady Armstrong will, and when he does, every girl in America will wish she'd been kidnapped instead of Maya what's-her-name.
I mean, like, I get why Nancy would say that, but like, I also get why Simone is thinking that. This theater is going to be demolished in 3 days. Brady can help search if he wants, but I'm not going to sit back and wait for him to save the day.
This theater is going to be demolished in 3 days. Brady can help search if he wants, but I'm not going to sit back and wait for him to save the day.
Honey, you've got spunk. Ever consider acting? This girl power thing is red hot right now. Of course, we'd have to think of a stage name. Nancy Drew is so utterly forgettable.
Oh yeah, no, completely utterly forgettable. It's not like there's a major franchise that was started in what? I want to say the 20s is when Nancy Drew books came on the scene. And has been going straight into the 2000s. Like, the books, I think, stopped being written and published at a certain point. But then the games picked them up, and she's still very relevant today. Joseph said the building was locked when the kidnapping happened, and the kidnapper had to be somebody inside the theater. Care to comment? You know what? Where were you?
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
Oh, please, Nancy. I was on the phone, doing business. But if I'm ever hard-pressed for entertainment, I'm sure kidnapping would be a real hoot.
Joseph says the building was probably locked when the kidnapping happened, and that the kidnapper had to be someone who was inside the theater. Care to comment?
Why don't you tell that little gray troll that I think he did it, just to keep himself from dying of boredom in this old dump. That's my comment.
You're a delight.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Bye now.
How do you manage to be a talent manager with that attitude? Like, don't you have to, like, I don't know, sweet talk clients from time to time? Be nice to people now and again? Instead, she's just like, no. Alright, well, now that we've talked to everybody, there's one other thing that we can do. Alright, so we want to go this way. This is kind of like the Fox and Geese game from, oh, what's it that I can't remember? I am done for. There's no way. Alright, reset. Here we go. Up, this way, down here. From the tornado one. Okay, I was close on that one. Here we go, here we go, here we go. This'll help. That'll get me a little distance. There we go. Done. Alright. It's another cog. I forget what the tornado one was. Trail of the Twister. That's the one I'm thinking of. So now we have 2 cogs, right? Now that we have 2 cogs, we have one place that we can go to use both cogs. Right? Because the gears were missing in this little box down here. Thank you. Gears replaced. Hello. I have a key and... Mr. Houdini, congratulations on your latest unbelievable feat. Never have I seen the crowd of the Royal Palladium so enthralled by a performer. Stupendous! Honestly, I was assured that the watery grave was inescapable, even for a master such as yourself. Really, if I'd had any notion of risking my money, I might not have offered so grandiose a reward. After all, what man is made of money? Isn't that right, Mr. Houdini? My point is, well, I must admit that my cash flow is a little bit tight at the moment. More specifically, I do not have the 50,000 available to give you at this time. The theater is young, but bound for glory, I'm sure you'll agree. And my bank account is still recovering from the building expenses. I'm sure you understand, sir. However, this letter is an announcement of a golden opportunity. Mr. Houdini, not one of gloomy regret. In lieu of cash, and in accordance with my lawyer's counsel, I am prepared to offer you a reward far more valuable than cash. I would like to make you my business partner by transferring 50% of the ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater into your name. Just think of it. Together we can make the Royal Palladium the foremost venue in the world for magic. Stupendous! Certainly a man as brilliant and worldly as yourself will recognize this as an irresistible offer and realize that there is no need to squabble over petty details of your reward or invite the press to make a mountain out of a molehill in this affair. Please sign below and return this document to me if you agreed to proceed with transfer of 50% of the ownership of the theater into your name. In doing so, you will also be agreeing not to sue me or publicly defame my name. A detailed contract will follow. Stupendous! I'm looking forward to a mutually rewarding relationship with you, Mr. Houdini. Sincerely, J.J. Thompson. I, J.J. Thompson, do hereby agree to transfer 50% of the ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater into Harry Houdini's name in lieu of the reward for his escape from the watery grave. This transfer will continue this transfer will consist a legally binding contract that Mr. Houdini will not pursue legal actions against me or the royal of any unflattering detail or the reveal of any unflattering details about it to the press. I, Harry Houdini, agree to accept 50% ownership of the Royal Palladium in lieu of cash rewards for my escape from the watery grave. I will refrain from pursuing any legal action against Mr. Thompson or revealing any unflattering details about him to the press. Harry Houdini. There we go. So, if this were one of the more modern ones, I would take a photo of that with a camera phone for what I like to consider an evidence run, where you have to take as many photos of as much evidence as you can for the police. Alright then. So what we learned there was that J.J. Thompson was not the sole owner of the theater. Like everybody thought. Everybody thought he was the sole owner, but he is not. Alrighty. Got
What's
anything
up?
else to say?
Can't talk long. Gotta check on my people.
What's your attachment?
What's your attachment to saving this theater? You seem so personally invested.
Politics is personal, but with this place, it's ultra personal. My grandma, Louisa Falcone, designed the molds for all the insane plasterwork that you see in this lobby and in the auditorium.
Really? The detail is very intricate. You don't see this kind of artistry nowadays. Well, I can see why you would hate for it to be destroyed. After all, this artwork is her legacy.
Wow, I can see why you would hate to let it be destroyed. After all, this artwork is her legacy.
True. But there's more. I guess the architect-owner guy, J.J. Thompson, ran out of cash before the building was done. He never paid my grandma dime one. And then he denied that she had ever done the work in the first place.
Really? Didn't she fight it?
Didn't she fight it?
Yeah, she was the artist type, not a deal maker. I guess she'd never signed any contractual stuff with JJ, and she didn't have the resources to sue him or any of that. So I guess she just had to let it go.
I wonder why Thompson would cheat her like that.
Here's the kicker. After JJ sharked her on this 2-year project, she was broke. And then the Great Depression hit. She could never afford to work as an artist again.
Oh my. Was she bitter about it?
Was she bitter about it?
Louisa, Mother Serenity Falcone? She just kept on trucking in true Falcone style. Died at 97 without a bitter bone in her body. I think she had a happy life. But this theater holds the last artwork she ever did. Don't you see, Nancy? Saving this place is not just for history. It's for justice.
Well, all right then. Can't she get some justice now, or she should at least get credit for her work? I mean, she should get credit.
Can't you get some justice now?
But
my family has been trying for years, but there doesn't seem to be anything on record that links her to this place. Nancy, could you do me a favor?
I think I know what you're going to ask.
I think I know what you're going to ask.
While you're searching, could you just keep your eye out?
If I run across the name Louisa Falcone or anything else that might help you, you'll be the first to know. Maya's my first priority, as you can imagine, but if there's any way I can help, I'll work for it.
Maya's my first priority, as you can imagine. But if there's any way I can help set the record straight on this beautiful artwork, I will.
You're cooler than I thought, Nancy.
Sure.
I try to play it down.
I feel like I like answering as Sassy Nancy. I think Sassy Nancy's more fun. Okay, so we're still looking for Maya, right? We're still looking for Maya. We've talked to just about everybody. We're probably going to have to make a second or third roundabout just to talk to more people, because 90% of these games is talk to people. What
Any signs of Maya?
So where will you go after the demolition? Tell me about the old key machine in the lobby. Who is this J.J. Thompson anyway? Alright, look. Let's start questioning people.
So where will you go after the demolition? Are you planning to retire?
Greasewood, Arizona. My brother Jake is there. It's a tiny town with no movie theater, so we're going to put one on the map. I got some money saved.
Well, okay then. Who was this J.J. Thompson
Who
character?
was this J.J. Thompson character anyway?
Old JJ. Owner, visionary, wheeler dealer. JJ loved a magic show. He had this place built with those kind of big spectacle shows in mind.
Yeah,
JJ also happened to love the sight of his own mug in the mirror. You can tell by the way he ornamented the auditorium with his own head.
Well, okay then. So what about the old key machine?
Tell me about that old key-making machine in the lobby. Has it been out of order long?
It's been broken for a spell. The kids lost interest in it when video games came along.
Yeah.
But I bet it wouldn't be hard to fix. I'd love for you to see how it works. And then you could make yourself a little souvenir from the Royal Palladium. Or send a key to your sweetheart.
Not sure Ned would appreciate a key.
The history of this theater is so rich.
But it's
I'm
cute to do.
surprised the city of St. Louis isn't more interested in preserving it.
Well, they are interested. The Historical Society's been working like the dickens to get this place declared a landmark. But someone downtown has been stalling. They're awfully close.
Gotta go now.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
Interesting. So there is a group of people trying to get the place declared a national landmark, but it sounds like somebody in the city council is being bribed to push their application to the bottom. It happens. Oh, whoop. There we go. Alright, Simone, let's go for round 2.
On your stage name, I'm thinking Samantha Quick. You love it, right?
I think your phone's about to ring. Bye
that
now.
comes back later on. It does, actually. It definitely in the spy game, but I think in definitely in Silent Spy that gets referenced, but it also gets referenced before that in Danger by Design. Samantha Quick is referenced again. Hey!
Need any help?
So who is Simone to you, by the way?
Who's this Simone, and how do you know her?
Simone Mueller, CEO of my life. My agent.
Ooh.
Focus on being wholesomely smoldering, she says, and leave the rest to me. So I do. She's been setting up Premier HQ in the women's dressing room. Haven't you heard her snarling at people on the phone?
So he not a fan of Simone. Even though she's his agent, she's a little too controlling for his taste.
Why are you so interested in helping me?
Well, Maya was kidnapped from my dressing room after all. I just can't help thinking maybe they meant to kidnap me.
Talk to you later, Brady.
You betcha.
Okay, so... we've got something. So we've talked to everybody again. Now that we've talked to this guy, let's try him one more time, because I did find something.
How goes the search?
Ah, here we go. Because I did find this earlier. So I found some of JJ's personal documents. I have not found anything that mentioned your grandmother, but I did find something very interesting about the ownership of the theater.
I haven't found anything that mentions your grandmother, but I did find something very interesting about the ownership of the theater.
Well, don't just stand there. Start breaking it down.
Did you hear about the challenge that J.J. Thompson issued to Harry Houdini back in 1925? Or it seems that your grandmother isn't the only one Thompson tried to bamboozle. Let's go with this.
Did you ever hear about a challenge that J.J. Thompson
I like
issued
to
to
end with
Harry Houdini
questions when I'm
back in
playing Nance.
1925?
Yeah, and?
So, alright. Let's just say J.J. Thompson found himself in a tight spot. Let's see. J.J. put up a big reward for this Houdini challenge. He must have thought it was... Yeah,
J.J. put up a big reward for this Houdini challenge. He must have thought the escape was impossible. But Houdini did it. And J.J. didn't have the reward money.
Whoa.
What does this have to do with the ownership of the theater?
So Harry wanted to teach J.J. a lesson, promising things he couldn't, but now let's just go with...
From what I can tell, J.J. had to give Harry Houdini 50% of the theater as the reward.
Ha! Serves that swindler J.J. right. Nancy, do you realize what this means?
Yes, but go ahead.
I'm working on a couple of theories.
If Thompson didn't own the whole place,
yes,
then whoever inherited it from Thompson doesn't legally own the whole place either.
Right about that. Which means they don't have the authority to knock down the building, which means somebody in the Houdini family might be able to call off the demolition.
Someone in Houdini's family may be able to call this demolition off.
We've got
to find out what happened to his half of the ownership. You keep looking for Maya. I've got a laptop out in my van. I'll get online and do some research. Check back soon.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Back when Wi-Fi and laptops were still fairly new. Here we go. Had it. Had it, humans against the destructions of illustrious... I should do it kind of like he does in his kind of New York thing. The illustrious theaters. There we go. Humans Against the Destructions of Illustrious Theaters was founded in St. Louis in 1997 to rally the public attention for the cause of preserving unique historic theaters throughout the something or another. Throughout the nation. As of today, Hadit has been instrumental in saving 133 theaters, and the organization boasts 37 chapters nationwide. But even as the movement continues to expand, the need for greater public participation has never been greater. We're not really clever with language. We're reusing words quite a lot. Every day, theaters that have served for generations of audiences are being bulldozed to make way for gigantic megaplexes and shopping malls. If you'd like to find out more about Hadit, become a member, or make a donation at the cause, please contact our offices. All right, let's go 4671. 314-4671, or visit our website at hadit.org. Thanks sincerely for your interest, Nicholas Falcone. So that is 4671. Let's try
Nancy,
that.
It's Joseph. Wait till you see this. Come to the projection room.
Aw, come on, man. I was just about to go call a thing. Hello? Hello, hang on, I'm getting
Nancy,
there.
take a look at this.
What the? Where did you find it?
Where did you find it?
Brady found it.
This should be enough evidence to get the police over here, don't you think?
I should think so. Give the police a call, and then you better go back to your hotel and get some rest.
Aw, but we were just getting started. Come on. Just when I have a lead?
Just when I have a lead?
Come
no
on.
way! I've got to keep searching.
You
Besides,
won't
I
be
just
any
got
help
that
to
phone
Maya
number.
if you get too tired to think.
Fine.
Well, I guess you have a point there.
Go ahead and use the phone in the ticket booth. I'll be down in a minute.
Thank you. You're not just gonna warp me there. Appreciate ya. I gotta make one other call before we do that. Let me get that phone number again because I did not write it down. I should write it down, but I did not. What was it? 4671? Okay, 4671. Let's go. All right. 4671. $46.71. Got it? Do we get anybody? No. Cool. Alright, police it is. Royal Palladium. That's not the one. We're looking for 1422. 1422. And we have another auto call. Because the calls were just on autopilot in this one, which is weird.
St. Louis
but
Police
okay.
Department.
Missing
Hello.
persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons. This is Ramsey.
Hi.
Hi, Sergeant Ramsey.
Are you the only
this is
person
Nancy
they have in
Drew.
missing
I spoke to you earlier today about the disappearance of my friend, Maya Wen.
Hello, Miss True. You're calling to tell me that you found your friend, I hope.
I wish
I
that were true,
wish.
sir. No, she's still missing. I'm calling to report that I have the evidence you asked for.
What did you find?
Someone else here at the theater found Maya's press pass. It was clipped to her shirt when she went into the dressing room. It must have been torn off when she was kidnapped.
Or it fell off.
I
or
mean,
she just tossed it.
He's not wrong.
Maya is very serious about her work, Sergeant Ramsey. She never goes anywhere without that pass.
I mean,
and she
she's
would
not
not
wrong,
willingly leave it behind.
He's
Is
not
the
wrong
pass
either.
damaged in any way?
No.
Was anything disturbed in the area where it was found?
I don't know. I'm not the one who found it.
Okay, well, thanks for checking in, Miss Drew. If Maya hasn't turned up by tomorrow, we'll definitely be out to investigate.
Well, okay then.
Someone will take a look at the press pass then.
But you said that if I found evidence, you'd investigate the theater today.
I'm sorry,
here they
Miss
are.
Drew, but we can't go chasing after every kid who decides to take a leave of absence. The vast majority of missing juveniles disappear of their own accord, and they reappear when they're good and ready.
You have to believe me. Maya would never play this kind of game. Nicholas Falcone said he thinks somebody is using her to make a statement.
Nicholas Falcone? Is he involved in this? Are you involved with him?
Haddock is
not
demonstrating
really
against the
involved. He just
demolition in
kinda
front of the
happens to be
theater.
here.
Nicholas has set up shop in the lobby. I've spoken to him. I'm not involved with him.
I mean,
Are you aware of the allegations against Mr. Falcone's character, Miss Drew?
no.
Allegations?
Nick Falcone
I
operates
literally
according
met
to
him
his
like a
own
minute
rules.
ago.
He'll do just about anything to save a theater, and he's not afraid to use extreme tactics.
What kind of extreme tactics?
You name it. Vandalism, sabotage, chaining himself to demolition machinery.
Is that right?
And last year there was a situation over in Nashville. Just when the oldest theater in the city is about to be torn down, and mind you, Haddock is there in full force, a girl goes missing.
Really?
So happens she's the daughter of the demolition boss. They go crazy looking for her. There's a call, just like the one you described. Anyway, to make a long story short, the demolition is called off. And 3 weeks later, the girl is seen snuggling up to Falcone in a Memphis coffee shop.
Are you suggesting Nicholas is staging this thing?
I'm just saying that there's more to situations
Oh, I'm
like
pretty
these
sure
than
he
meets
didn't
the eye.
suggest.
Nick Falcone is a real operator, and he likes to humiliate the police. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon here with this whole Royal Palladium thing and let him make my unit look like a bunch of chumps.
I see.
So you aren't going to have any credit with us if you join ranks with him.
Does he have a criminal record?
Oh, minor stuff. Disorderly conduct, trespassing, yada, yada, yada. But Nick Falcone can slime his way out of a sticky situation like no one I've ever seen. Unfortunately, there's no jail sentence for being a royal pain in the neck.
There are no good citizenship awards for it either.
Look, I know you're worried, but for now, there's nothing we can do. And there's nothing you can do either. Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'm sure you've had a long day.
Well, this has been very informative, Sergeant Ramsey. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night, Miss Drew.
Well, the thing is, right, is if the girl was found snuggling up to Falcone in a coffee shop, is it possible that maybe she just decided to disappear and she orchestrated her own kidnapping because she was on board? Or he could have, like, been in on it with her. Hey, oh,
I heard the whole thing, Nancy. Go get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on things
You
till
were
morning.
eavesdropping. I mean, fine, but... Well, Haddock's here in full force. Hello? Planning a funeral is such a dreadful pain. Wouldn't you rather stop the demolition? Delightful. No, okay, it just says deepest sympathy. Does it say anything on the card? No, not really. Okay, cool. Should we try, well, no, not try 4671 again. I don't think we can do that yet. Anybody to talk to? The police aren't here yet either, which is fun to note. Scusi?
This call's priority. Try me later.
Okay. That calls priority. She refuses to speak to me. Let's find Brady Armstrong then. And if we can't find him, then we'll go talk to, ooh. Gentleman, upstairs, old guy. Hello. You are what you project by Perry Midplan, becoming the captain of your own destiny. Also the author of Out with the Old, In with the New. Chapter 2. The language of success. In the last chapter, we established one of life's greatest truths is the premise of this book. You are what you project. Another way of putting it is what you project is who you are. As we saw in the cases of Lisa and Dwayne. A negative attitude is a poor foundation from which to win friends and influence people. Because who wants to be around a grouch or do favors for a loser? No one, that's who. On the other hand, with a positive attitude, or what we call your inner captain, the sky's the limit. The stories of Rick and Beatrice prove that if you command the world, you are my oyster. Now open up and hand over your pearls. You will soon find yourself basking in fame, fortune, and social popularity, standing at the helm of your own destiny. In this chapter, we'll learn how to speak the language of success, and that it's not just verbal language, it's body language too. It's everything that you communicate to the world. So stand up straight, pull up your socks, freshen that breath, because you, yes, you, are going straight to the top. Yes! Before we get started, take a look at this chart to see whether you're speaking like the captain of your own destiny or the cabin boy. Cabin boy, I'll get that for you, sir. But the captain, I'm busy. Get it yourself. Cabin boy says minimum wage is okay with me, sir. Captain says there's no limit to my work. Cabin boy says I'm a bit parched, sir. While the captain says I'm driven to quench my thirst. Cabin boy comes with I'm hungry, while the captain comes with I eat my competitors for dinner. Cabin boy, what if I lose my hair? Captain, I will make baldness irresistible. Cabin boy, what if the door to opportunity is locked? Cabin boy, or captain, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow that door down. Nothing will stand between me and my destiny. Do you see how the cabin boy is ruled by fear and doubt, where the captain greets the world with his chest puffed out and his best foot forward? Isn't it time you grabbed your destiny by the horns and sailed it into the sunset? The choice is yours, but remember this, if you're not the lead dog, the view never changes. Ready to transform your life? Read on. Ooh. What's your fashion sign? Astro style. In a rut? Want to change your life right this minute? Why not try by changing your outfit? The clothes you put on say a lot about your attitude, so why not put on success from head to toe? The key to enhanced self-preservation is in the stars. With the Astro Style Guide, you can invent a new image that is guaranteed to attract people and money. I should do this more like a fortune teller, the stereotypical fortune teller, yes? Gemini, the twins. You're witty, charming, clever, and sometimes mischievous. At times you can be a bit of a double dealer. Some even call you two-faced. But let's think positive. It may be that you're just too dramatic to settle for simple. In order to keep things exciting, you may even enjoy leading a double life. This doesn't mean you're shallow, disloyal, and fickle, as some people say. It just means that you're curious and eager to try new things. The Gemini style. You have a big new project coming up, Gemini. You want to project a new sense of adventure and daring. But at the same time, you'll need people to take you seriously. Consider a theme and then accessorize. Wild West, try alligator skin boots and skinny pair of spurs. And a turquoise studded belt buckle. Spurs is kind of weird these days, but alright. Pirate of the High Seas, try a ruffled shirt and an eye patch gold hoop earrings, and a parrot. Parrot is a bit too far, but okay. Gambling tycoon. Try a purple velvet hat, lucky dice cuffs, and a walking cane. And some studious-looking glasses, maybe a pipe to any of these styles, and people will know that you consider things carefully before you act. I'm gonna have to go with no. Simone overboard! Come back here and swap this deck! You work for me! Captain Brady. So he is really not a fan of Simone's, I see. Like, he is really not a fan of Simone's. Which makes sense, because isn't she, like, kind of controlling him at every turn? So, yeah, okay, checks out. Most people don't like those that try to control them. So, alright, checks out on that, but still. Is Lewis here? Nope. Alright, up to the projection room. Oh, what is his name? I haven't even remembered. Hello. Missing. Birthday, October 22, 1982. Race, Vietnamese. Address, 717 Duncan Ave, St. Louis, Missouri, 63110. Height, 5'5". Weight, 127 pounds. Complexion, part oily, part dry. Who needs to know that? Eyes brown, teeth even and in good repair? What? Hair, dark brown, black, shoulder length, worn loose or in a ponytail or not. Okay, that just covers all of it. Worn loose or worn up. That covers all. The only thing they didn't cover is a braid. Clothing. Last seen wearing jeans with embroidered cuffs and a black top with blue butterflies on it. Other, birthmark on her right ankle. Last seen carrying a spiral reporter's notebook. Maya Wynn, originally from River Heights, is a sophomore at Washington University and reporter for the school newspaper. She was at the Royal Palladium conducting an interview for an upcoming story when she disappeared from one of the dressing rooms. One witness claimed to have heard Maya scream. It's possible that she's been kidnapped. Please, if you have any information concerning Maya's whereabouts, contact one of the following. Either Sergeant Mac Ramsey of the Missing Persons Detail in St. Louis Police at 555-1422. Or Simone Mueller, Head of Publicity, a National Fine Maya campaign. There's a reward posted for information leading to Maya's safe return. Brady Armstrong is offering signed posters of his new movie, Vanishing Destiny, whose national premiere has been postponed due to this unfortunate turn of events at the Royal Palladium. Okay. I mean, at least they let her take
I'm
center
sorry you had to
stage
see
up
that
top.
wreath, Nancy. It's disgusting.
I'm afraid Maya's in real danger. This one is a creepy. This is one creepy kidnapper. I'm sorry, but they're all creepy. Kidnapping is never a good look.
I'm afraid Maya's in real danger.
Let's hope the kidnapper just did this to scare you.
Like I'm not scared enough? Like I don't know time is running out? It's just strange. I mean, why would the kidnapper go to the trouble to have that thing arranged and delivered here?
It's just strange. I mean, why would the kidnapper go to the trouble to have that thing arranged and delivered here?
The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. I don't know how the press got a hold of this, but they're all over it like ants on a picnic.
By the way, where did the missing posters come from? Or Someone knew how to get their attention. We all know. We all know. That's not even a mystery. We all know what she did.
Where did those missing posters come from?
I can't say for sure, but I can make an educated guess.
You thinking a Hollywood agent? I have a feeling you and I are, yeah.
Are you thinking of a certain Hollywood agent we know?
Can you believe the way she diverted all of the attention away from Maya and used the poster to promote Brady as the big hero?
I mean,
this shouldn't be happening.
Did she?
It's all backwards.
She did advertise Brady on the poster. I will give you that. She was advertising Brady on the poster. But Maya was about 70% of that poster. Who to contact in case of information was about 10% down there at the bottom. Okay, and then the rest of it was Brady. But, like, I don't know if you could say she, like, diverted attention.
The police told me Nicholas Falcone is known for using extreme tactics to further his political causes. Why are you letting him use the lobby as his headquarters?
Nicholas has been hanging around this theater since he was a little boy. I know how torn up he is about the theater. This'll be over soon enough, and then he'll go home. I don't think he's dangerous, for gosh sakes.
Okay.
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
All right. Well. Speaking of Nicholas,
Nancy,
hello.
what's the 411?
So you didn't tell me kidnapping was part of Activism 101, or thanks to you, the police think this whole kidnapping is a hoax?
Thanks to you, the police think this whole kidnapping is a hoax.
That's all hearsay, Nancy. They got no witnesses, no testimony, no nothing.
That doesn't matter if they think that this kidnapping is a hoax because you're here. None of that matters. It doesn't matter whether it's all hearsay or if you've been convicted. The fact that you're here is causing a problem. This is actually the question we should ask him, though. Because it's like, no, I don't care if you've been convicted or not. But if he has used kidnapping in the past, we need to know now.
So you have or have not used kidnapping to further your causes in the past?
I am not an eco-terrorist, and I would never orchestrate the temporary disappearance of anyone who wasn't in on the plan and down with the cause.
Okay. So see, that says that even if he did supposedly kidnap the one girl, she was in on it. She was absolutely in on it. There's nothing more than I hate more than a bold-faced liar, Nicholas. Remember that. Ever hear of the wrath of Nancy Drew? It's not a pretty sight, Nicholas. Not pretty at all. I really hate the whole in on the plan and down with the law thing. Or in on the law and down with the truth thing. I really hate that. That's so cheesy. I mean, I get why some people would be like, ha! The cheese. It just, oh, it makes me cringe so hard.
Ever hear of the wrath of Nancy Drew? It's not a pretty sight, Nicholas. Not pretty at all.
All right, Officer Nancy, chill out, will ya? I'm on your side.
Are you? All right, so tell me about your relationship with the police. Where were you when the kidnapping happened? Joseph told me that the St. Louis Historical Society is in the process of trying to declare this building a historical landmark.
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
I was outside, harnessing public outrage. Ask anyone.
Okay.
Joseph told me that the St. Louis Historical Society is in the process of trying to declare this building an historical landmark.
They've been in that process for years. It's all just a big wad of red tape, a bunch of bureaucratic hocus pocus.
True,
It's
but
about
it could
action,
protect the
not
building.
paperwork.
It should be about both. Taking action to delay long enough to get the paperwork going. Is it just me, or does the bottom two black patches on his shirt look like a whale with wings and a deer headbutting a whale? Is it just me? Because I see A deer with antlers. I wish I could outline it with the mouse because I'm pointing at the screen and nobody else can see it. But it looks like a deer with antlers headbutting a whale with wings. I'm crazy, right? Probably. Back to the problem.
Tell me about your relationship with the police.
All I know is they like to dig through my garbage and follow my van. Does this face say America's Most Wanted to you?
Yes. I know, I'm distracted.
Catch you
It's
later.
fine.
On the flip side.
I don't know if you've noticed, but distraction is kind of a thing with me. I get very easily distracted. This is why I would make a terrible Nancy Drew. I get very easily distracted. I'd be like, all right, let me go find my... Ooh, look at the video game over there. Hey, did you see that pretty picture on the wall? I get very easily distracted. It's sad. Okay, he's still not here. We've already read his book, so I'm good. I do have to make a note to go back and read the Projector Handbook. I have not read that yet.
Have you seen the posters? Aren't they fabulous?
That picture of Maya is the one from her press pass, isn't it?
That picture of Maya is the one from her press pass, isn't it?
Yes. Thankfully, she's photogenic.
That's just I mean, the poster isn't like a super advertisement for Brady. Usually I am a big fan of ending with question. You know what? Let's just end with a question.
What if she wasn't photogenic? Would you be less interested in helping her?
Not necessarily. I just have to be more creative about my publicity if I couldn't use photos. Brady's out plastering those posters all over St. Louis and every podunk town for 50 miles. He's due back at any time, though, for the press conference.
I'm sorry.
Press conference?
I've invited the press here today to report on Brady's commitment to solving this case. You know, a few questions, a few photo ops, no big deal. That funeral wreath was awful, wasn't it?
What do you know about that?
What do you know about that wreath?
I had it moved out front for the press conference. We want the press to know just how heartless this kidnapper is, don't we? Then it's all the more fabulous when Brady saves the day.
So how long have you been his agent, and how do you not know that he legitimately hates you?
How long have you been Brady's agent?
I discovered him on an electric spring morning 6 years ago. He was working the original Coney Dog stand on Sunset Boulevard. It was pure luck. I was craving an all-beef Frank at 7 a.m. He's been the jewel in my crown ever since.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Bye now.
So you do know that he, like, legitimately hates you, right? You're aware that your star legitimately hates your guts? I would consider that a problem if I were you. Because he can very easily have you replaced. I mean, I'm just saying. That's not uncommon if a star is not happy with their agent to just get a new one. Especially one that is supposedly as big of a star right now as Brady Armstrong. He can just get a new agent. In fact, now would probably be a good time for
I got the number. I left it in the ticket booth.
Woo!
This woman isn't Houdini herself. She's the widow of one of Houdini's cousins.
Really? Couldn't hurt to give her a call. I'll get right on that.
But it couldn't hurt to give her a call. I'll get right on that.
All right. Is everybody ready to meet Eustacia? Eustacia Andropov. Here we go. This is 8/13/32/47. Three, 2, 4, 7. Can I meet Eustacia? Answer
Yes,
the
hello.
Hello, is this Eustacia Andropov?
Who else would it be? Everyone else is dead.
Oh, Miss Andropov, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find out some information about Harry Houdini. Is it true that you're his cousin?
Who wants to know?
Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case in St. Louis.
Well, there you
Harry
go.
was only my cousin by marriage, but my husband is dead, and so is Harry. So I guess that makes me nobody's cousin.
Fair enough.
Satisfied?
I'm researching Mr. Houdini's ownership of the Royal Palladium
She's
Theater.
so negative.
Would you know anything about this?
He owned it. Half of it anyway, for a few months. Then he died. Does that help?
Do you
Not
know what
really.
happened to his half? Did he sign it back over to J.J. Thompson?
Return it to James Jehoshaphat? Mr. Stupendous? Not on his life.
So,
Losing
what
that man
happened?
was Harry's greatest escape.
Did someone in Houdini's family inherit the theater?
Harry made a plan to give his half of the theater to someone he admired. A young magician, I assume. Perhaps a protege. I remember my husband telling me this.
Can you tell me anything more?
More? I'm 96 over here.
Fair.
I don't exactly have time to burn.
I know it was a long time ago, Mrs. Andropoff, but this is terribly important. My friend is in danger, and finding out what happened to Houdini's half of the
Stacey's
theater
so fun.
may be my only hope of saving her.
Call the Library of Congress. Ask about the Houdini collection. There must be something in all of those letters. You tell that Sherman Trout, Eustacia said. You're not dead yet, Shermy, so get up and make yourself useful.
The Library of Congress. You
Oh,
don't happen to
there it
have
is.
that number, do you?
Well, I should have this letter from Shermy around here somewhere.
5,000. There
Cat
it
food
is.
coupons.
I do have to write that one down because you don't get it any other way.
There you
I don't
stay.
think so.
Here we
Anyway. It
go.
might show up in the
Library of Congress, Washington,
printed
D.C.
numbers.
202-555-5000.
Thanks, Mrs. Andropoff. You've been a great help.
Save it for my funeral.
Yeah, see, I don't get it in the printed numbers. So. One, two, three, done. Let's talk to Shermy. Shermy. Of the Library of
Manuscripts.
I'm trying to reach Sherman Trout, please.
Speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Mr. Trout. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case that involves Harry Houdini and the Royal Palladium Theater in
It's
St.
so
Louis.
interesting.
Eustacia Andropoff recommended I call you.
Ah, yes. Eustacia was most helpful to us when we were assembling our Houdini collection. I presume you'd like to have a look at it?
Yes, please, Mr. Trout. I'm very interested.
Fine. Well, you'll just need to register with the library when you get here and fill out a request for the materials you wish to view.
Oh,
When your
will
request has been processed, the materials will be delivered to one of our reading rooms where you can view them.
Mr. Trout, please let me explain. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to come to Washington, D.C. to do
Why
research.
not? You go everywhere
I'm hoping you
else.
could help me find a document.
Well, Miss Drew, I'm sorry if you have logistical constraints, but please understand my own limitations. The Library of Congress currently holds over 40 million items, contained in 10,000 separate collections.
Very true.
It's the largest and most comprehensive library in the world. I simply don't have time to run research errands for the individual citizens.
No,
Mr. Trout,
but you
if I don't
should
solve this
have
case in a matter of
interns for
hours,
that.
the building I'm standing in will be demolished, and an innocent 19-year-old girl, a friend of mine, may lose her life. You may be my only hope.
Why is your friend in danger?
She was kidnapped by someone desperate to save this building from demolition.
And what can you possibly be hoping to find in the Houdini collection that would help matters?
Mr. Houdini was part owner of the theater, and I'm trying to find out who inherited his half or what became of it when he died. I'm hoping Houdini might have discussed it somewhere in his personal documents. If I can prove that the current owner is not legally the full owner, then maybe I can get the demolition stopped and save Maya.
I see. Well, this sounds urgent. I
Well,
suppose I
very
can take a
easy
look.
to convince.
That would be
despite
such a
how
help, Mr.
stuffy
Trout.
I am.
If you find anything, could you overnight it to me at the Royal Palladium?
Well, I certainly can't send you the document itself. It's a historical artifact now.
Of
But I
course.
could send you a slide. What's the street address there, if I find anything?
It's 1330 Washington Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Please send the package in care of Nicholas Falcone or myself, Nancy Drew. I can't tell you how grateful I am, Mr. Trout. You might just be a lifesaver.
Miss Drew, I assure you, Sherman Trout is a man of his word.
Thanks so much. Bye.
By the way, your station drop-off says to tell you you're not dead yet, Shermy. Get up and help.
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure did.
Go
I
on,
love
spill it.
Stacia. She's so much fun. She's got a really good voice to do though. I just got the one.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this guy at the Library of Congress who has access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
All right. Well, we're expecting a package.
We're expecting a package. Cross your fingers it gets here in time.
Way to go, Nancy. You're on fire.
Can you believe Brady's agent has called this press conference to trump up his heroics? She can barely even remember Maya's name.
Don't worry, Nancy. This cowboy will be on the scene with a megaphone in each holster. I guarantee you the press will get more than they bargained for.
All right.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Words that are escaping me that were in my head not 5 minutes ago because they were there and then they were gone, and this is how my brain works, and it is frustrating as all get out. I'm gonna check for Brady again. I had a point to make, and now it is gone, and now it's even more gone.
How are you holding up?
How am I holding up? Well, let's see. My friend is missing. The police aren't taking me seriously, and I'm pretty sure she's about to die. Not bad. How are you? Thanks for finding Maya's press pass. Where was it, by the way?
Thanks for finding Maya's press pass. Where was it?
I found it in the basement. I mean the balcony. It was the balcony.
You don't seem too sure on that. So you and Simone think of everything. What about a little side business? Missing persons are us? No, that's a little too accusatory, Nancy. We want to kind of keep people on our side. So I'm going to call him out.
Balcony, basement, whatever. It's just my friend's life that's in danger here.
Please, Nancy. It's not me.
Oh, really? Somebody operating you by remote control? That's fair. Because he keeps sitting here going, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Simone's making me do it. She is. It's like, dude, you're the star in this star-agent relationship. I don't agree with everything in that book, but you really are just sitting around being like, but it's not my fault, when you should really be getting on her case and being like, no, just stop. Just stop. You will stop treating me like this, or I will be looking for new representation. Are we clear?
Oh, really? Is somebody operating you by remote control?
It's Simone. She's relentless. I'm just a hostage on her runaway bus.
And the more you talk like that, the more you're going to be. So this is very, oh, you poor baby. But this is really, seriously, dude? Get a hold of yourself.
That's funny. I don't see any gun to your head. Just a wad of money dangling in front of your nose.
It's more complicated than you think. Listen, I've got to get ready for this press conference. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. That's how you get ready for a press conference? You stand there casually reading a book. I thought you would at least be doing makeup or something. No, no, no. He stands there casually reading a book. That's how he gets ready for a press conference. Okay, then.
Okay, folks, we're about to get started here.
Oh, the press conference is starting.
Mr. Armstrong will do their best to answer all your questions in the time allotted. But let's proceed with good manners, shall we?
Thank you, all, for coming.
We'll listen to a little bit
I'm
of
only
this before we
sorry
go
that the
snooping.
circumstances of our meeting are not more festive. Wouldn't it be nice if we were all gathered here today to revel in the blockbuster success?
Okay, can we turn up the sound on this?
Dear Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis. We have tickets to tonight's premiere of the
Brady Armstrong's new movie, Vanishing Destiny.
No,
Wouldn't we all prefer to turn our attention to record ticket sales and the squeals of
Okay, so does that mean that it
Dear Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis. We have tickets to tonight's
lighted fans across the
Nope,
nation.
still didn't get it.
Alas, we have...
Oh well, I tried to turn it up.
Dear Bess, remember
I was
Maya
hoping
Wynn
if I
from
could
high
turn it
school?
up, we'd
I'm
be
visiting her in St.
because
Louis.
It's not
come together today over
it's
tragedy, not
subtitled.
triumph. I've called this conference
But this was annoying, so that's
specifically to let you know, and I trust you will take it upon yourselves to inform the world that Brady Armstrong will not rest.
He won't.
The greatest performance of his career will not be unveiled until Maya Nguyen.
Hey, lady, you're breaking my heart. But isn't her name Maya Wynn?
Until Maya Wynn is returned to her friends and family, safe and sound.
Isn't that
already?
Great?
Our real-life hero has searched this theater and uncovered important evidence. Already, he has driven 200 miles in a rent-a-car, no less, distributing missing posters to all the outer-lying regions of this great city. You see, Brady Armstrong is a hero and a regular guy, all rolled into one.
Ooh, I'm swooning.
Put a sock in it, Mr. Camouflage. And now, without further ado, I'd like to open the floor up to questions.
Is it true that the girl was at the theater to interview Brady Armstrong? What was the interview about?
Mr. Charmstrong, do you find your fans respond to you more in your chicken suit or in your curly wig?
Did anyone hear her scream?
I'd like to
Ms.
see the chicken
Mueller,
suit.
you're his agent. Chicken suit or curly wig?
Any speculation of where the kidnapper's hiding her? Where did this funeral wreath come from?
Isn't it a little unusual for a movie star to help with a kidnapping like this?
People, one
on all
at
counts.
a time. Brady.
Well, with all of my experience on the silver screen, I feel well prepared to save the day in St. Louis.
Do you think the kidnapper is violent?
Mr. Charmstrong, have you ever thought about growing a mustache? It might really distinguish you.
Is it true you're offering a reward for the facts leading to Maya's return?
That's right. Autographed movie posters for anyone and everyone who comes forward with a decent lead.
Yes, is it true that that Detective Nancy Drew is on the case?
Yes, Nancy Drew is investigating.
Is she available for comment?
No.
It's a difficult situation. You see, Maya is a friend of Nancy's, and the personal connection, well, it may be clouding the detective's judgment.
No, it's not.
She's really on edge.
Isn't anybody around here concerned about the welfare of this magnificent theater?
No.
There's more than one life at stake today, you know. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, press people, over here. If you want the real story, talk to me. Sorry, Miss Mueller, you'll have your photo op in a moment. Yeah, over here, down by my van.
Okay, and that's where we don't get anything else from the press conference. So let's talk suspects, right? We have Nicholas, who has been accused of words that I am not thinking of. We have Nicholas, who has been accused of kidnap before, right? But so why is the door to the men's dressing room have a lock and the door to the ladies' dressing room does not? Drawer, not door. Whatever. What do we got? Ooh, a camera. Hello. Bonjour. Or broke tours. If it ain't broke, then take our tours. Broke tours. If you ain't broke, then take our tours. Chuck's Fried Chicken, Fried Clucks. He is not happy about that. Why is she having a movie star dress in a chicken suit and advertise a tour? Ooh, basement. It was found in the basement. At least she thought to take a photo of it before she picked it up. Okay, so at least she did take a photo of it before she picked it up. So she didn't do like a lot to destroy evidence. Ginger's 24 Flower Rama. Funeral wreath, style A. So we know who ordered the funeral wreath. It was definitely Simone. Ooh, this might be helpful. Georgie Bear, birthday is 8/13. Cell is 555-3699. And she carries his shirt size and his waist size and all that around with her. Okay. Happy Spines. Aspect Ratio Studios. Clever. Mama Centric's Wellness Garden, specializing in aromatherapy and other holistic remedies. And Jake's Talent Farm. Okay? So, Georgie Bear. Alright. Here, let's do this. And then that. Oh, so close. We'll get this sorted. Okay, so the idea here is that you want the top to be stars and the middle to be 8/13. You want the top and bottom to be stars and the middle to be 8/13. So close. Okay. That does give me a plan, though. Okay. Okay. So then we want to go here. Then we want to go there. Then we want to say this. Okay, because this changes these four. So, here's what we want. Not that one. Not this one. I need to change that, change that, change these. I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. I'ma struggle hard, but I'ma get it. Okay. Let's put it down, bring it back up. Okay. So that is 8. That's 4. That's 3. Okay, so this should be it, right? Press this. Bam! We're in. See? I got it. Stevie from Paramount Pictures is at 11. There's a lunch date with Brady at 11:30. That's pretty early for lunch, but okay. We have a 2 p.m. pickup dry cleaning, 5:15, Brady's final shoot, and an 11:15 or 11:30 cast party. How is he doing a final shoot if he was supposed to be here for the... Okay. Her thing makes no sense. From Snoopin' Guy and BreakingNews.net to Brady Armstrong, MuellerVision.com. Subject, possible interview. Oh, this is Maya. Dear Mr. Armstrong, for starters, I'm a huge fan. I've been seeing your movie since I was like 14. To this day, I still think your best performance was in Lie Like a Rug. But who knows? Maybe Vanishing Destiny will top it. I'm in college at Washington University now, and I'm planning to go to your premiere at the Royal Palladium. I'm contacting you because I'm hoping to interview you for an article I'm writing for my school paper. I'm sure you're very busy, but could I stop by your dressing room the afternoon of the premiere? I only have a few questions. The interview would only take 20 minutes or so. What do you think? Please write back. Sincerely yours, Maya Quinn. Let's go for next message. From Brady to Scoopin', I guess that's Scoop and Win. I was reading it the wrong way. Scoop Win. Hi, Maya. I'd be happy to meet with you, so long as we provide any and all photos for me for the article. Also, we need to get a full-page ad for Destiny in your school paper. We spoke to the advertising, and they claim it's past the deadline. Could you pull a few strings? You know, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. What do you say? Looking forward to meeting you. Ciao, Brady. Alright, so this is from Maya to Brady again. Dear Mr. Armstrong, thanks for being so generous about your time. As far as your ad goes, I checked with the advertising guys, and they say a deadline's a deadline. Sorry, but don't worry. I'm sure the premiere will sell out. I know tons of people who are going. I'll stop by your dressing room in the afternoon for the interview then. See you then. Sincerely, Maya. Oh, dear Brady. So, and this is just a random person to Brady. Dear Brady, my friend Linda said you did all your own dance moves in the Dr. Salsa. Is that true? Oh, if it is, then that's really cool. You're so good in that movie. I watched it 4 times in one day. Will you ever do another movie with Tracy Martin? Oh, she's so cool. Right back. Sarah Kassenbach. Dale Alexander Rocketmouth. I've written you 22 emails, and I haven't heard anything back. Teen Style magazine says you care about your fans, and you're not stuck up. So what's your problem? Oh, I guess this is a girl. I've written you like 22 emails, and I haven't heard anything back. Teen Style magazine says you care about your fans, and you're like not stuck up. So like, what's your problem? Right back! Dang. If you don't, I'm going to join Leif Jackson's fan club instead of yours. Your #1 fan, Desi. That's Z Stevens. Okay, Xena. I'm writing because I just read an article in PQ magazine that said sometimes men who have ponytails are really just trying to cover up a bald spot. You don't have a bald spot, do you? Please tell. I promise promise I can keep a secret. E-Bank. Alright, so. EB. Hey, Brady, what's up? I'm wondering what's your next movie gonna be. But I'm also wondering, can you play the guitar? I think you should start a band. I'm in a band. We're called the Senator Spanky. Cool, huh? You should be in one too. I bet you'd rock. Well, I gotta stop my homework. Right back! Jamie. As far as dudes go, as far as dudes go, I'm probably your #1 fan. I'm also a young actor, 12 going on 13, and I'm wondering if you have any tips for me. Like, how did you get discovered? Please help me. Seriously, J.R. Stetson. P.S. Do you think this is a good stage name? P.P.S. Your ponytail is cool. What kind of hair gel do you use? Alright, so this is Boy Armstrong, Boy Armstrong to G. Davis Worldling. Georgie Bear, thanks for your message. I miss you too, sugar. Can't wait to talk. Can't talk though. A lot is happening here. I'm a genius. Tell you all about it when I get back. Love, Simone Sturt. So this is to Carol. Hi, Carol. Listen, something's come up and we won't be able to fly out of St. Louis tomorrow as planned. I'll get back to you when I know something definite. But for now, just cancel the flight, will you please? Thanks, Simone. Cecil! Things are going better than I could have hoped for. The premiere is off for now. The news is spreading like wildfire. Tell Rhonda great work. Keep me posted. Listen, Cecil, have you been brushing Miss Sparkles? I checked in with her this morning on the webcam, and she's looking awfully bedraggled. She's a very sensitive cat, Cecil. She hates to have a bad fur day. If she's traumatized when I get home, you'll be sorry you ever met me. Thanks for getting me those Marv, thanks for getting me those contract sheets so fast. The black and white glossies for Destiny definitely need another airbrush. Can you do anything to make his jawline look more defined? Let me know, Simone. Alright, so I went through her calendar and her email. We know that much. We've gone through her wallet. Anything else in her purse? Not really. Just her wallet and the camera. Okay. And I do have the bobby pin. So, let's go directly to the men's dressing room. Now that I have all that. Thank you. What do we got in here? Nothing over here, but I do have a bobby pin. So we can pick this lock. Ooh, the Royal Palladium Theatre Stage Technician's Guide. The Houdini transformation is Class 5 authorization only. Due to the restricted nature of this stage manipulation's usage, you will need Class 5 technician status to perform this procedure. Control board operation. Oh boy, buddy. Here we go. Preparation. Be sure the control button is activated. So, control is activated. On the number keypad on the control board, enter the 6-digit security code for the Houdini transformation as listed on page 73. That would be 121192. Your Class H Stage Technician's Handbook. Press the left and right fader buttons. So left, fader, to bring the power to the fader switches. Maneuvering the iron cages. When cued by the performers, lower the 2 iron cages to the stage floor by moving the left and the right switches down to their lowest position. Okay. Switches to low. Switches to bottom. After the cages reach the stage floor, press the magnet buttons. We want magnet to attach the tunnel. To attach the tunnel columns to the stage. After both performers have entered the cages, move the fader switches up slightly to raise the cages 3 feet off the floor. So switches up 1, switches up 1. The tunnel column will still be attached to the cage bottoms, although you will not see them. They're hidden by mirrors. On your cue from the performers, press the trapdoor button to open the doors, and then we want the trapdoor. The cage with the trapdoor. The lock button and other security measures. Important. You must depress the lock switch after all stage manipulations and have been completed in the proper order. This will lock all elements in place for security purposes. So then we want to lock. I spelled that L-O-C-H instead of C-K. Wrong kind of lock. Stage elements and board controls will move to their original positions if the lock button is not activated. The lock button cannot be activated until all manipulations have been completed in the proper order. Secret tunnels and rooms. Quick switch box. The performers in the cages will exchange places via the quick switch box under the stage. The trick chair foot elevator and tunnels. A third performer will exchange places with the fourth performer seated on the trick chair in the front row of the auditorium. To access the trick chair from the quick switch box, the third performer will have to use the tunnel system beneath the box. The tunnel system runs from the quick switch box to the magician's room and trick chair. The trick chair. The third performer can access the trick chair via the foot elevator beneath the chair. A seamless transition from the fourth performer to the third will be achieved by using a large costume shell. The shell rests sturdily in the chair, whether a performer is inside it or not. This room, located beneath the stage and beside the basement, is for Magnificent and related to stall performers. Is for magicians and related staff or performers only. Nobody who's unauthorized can get into the magician's room. Okay, so we needed that. So, we now know how to get into another hidden segment of the studio.
Get smart, Nancy True.
Hi.
You're wasting precious time. Stop the demolition or you'll never see her again.
I'm trying, dude! Alright. Well, somebody was just up here, so what say we check this out? Hello? Well, whoever it was, they ain't up here no more. So let's talk about the projector care in operation. Monitoring the film and the projector. Focus knob. Once the film is properly loaded, see page 77 for full instructions. Adjust the focus knob carefully to clarify the picture. Different films will come into focus at different points. While film is running, something beside the projector, I guess it's stay beside the projector and continue to monitor the following. The loops are correct. All rollers are rotating properly. The surface of the film is not being scratched or obstructed. The sprocket holes are not being stained or torn. The projector is not making any odd noises. The film is winding safely and smoothly onto the uptake reel. If the image on the screen begins to flicker or the sound becomes warped or any above process begin to fail, switch off the projector immediately. Never leave the projector running unattended. Cleaning and maintenance. Regular cleaning of your projector will keep it running well and prevent buildup of dirt from scratching the film. Use a toothbrush to remove built-up dirt and a paintbrush to remove dust from the film pathway. Apply methyloid spirits to a soft cloth and use this to wipe the film path during screenings. Dust the film pathway with a cleaning paintbrush after each reel of film.
There was a key here.
There was a key there. Fun. Well, we can put this in here. No, I wanted that in there. And I wanted to turn it on. And we can focus it up.
I should switch the power off.
Ah, come on, Nat. It's funny.
Hello? Hello?
Hi!
This must be where the threat came from.
Yeah.
Okay, you rotten kidnapper.
Alright, well, let's start. We want... Do I have... here we go. Anything else to do? No. Up here? No. Okay. So, I think power is already on. So we want to say 1, 2, 1, 1, 9, 2. Okay. Then we want... Guessing this is the lock switch. So then we want to say left and right faders. Bring them all the way down. All the way down. All the way. Oh my gosh. Left and right faders. Bring them all the way down. All the way down. Okay, I just have to click it. All the way down. Magnets, up 1. Trapdoors, lock. And if everything has gone correctly, we should see... Ha ha ha! The cages are there. Perfect. Okay. That was so much description for so little work. Okay, here we go. Let's get in here and we are gonna find out what on earth is going on. You're right, they don't look like there's anything unusual going on there. But let's get up onto the stage. And you can see that there is a pathway down here. Hello? Legs!
Maya!
It's Maya! Okay. Let's go. Okay, so that must be the exit.
These pieces won't budge.
Ugh, so frustrating. Alright, fine. Up we go.
Help! Is anybody out there?
Oh no!
there?
He's stuck! It's Nancy! Oh, I have
It's
to answer
Nancy.
that.
Nancy, for goodness sakes, what are you doing down there? This chair seems to be stuck. Hold on, I'm greasing the wheels here.
I found a secret room under the stage. I've got to check it out.
The magician's room. I swear, Nancy, as long as I've worked here, I've never been able to find my way in there.
I found the door, but the pieces that open the door are stuck.
Here,
Ah!
try this. Hurry.
Hi! He's got such a very large face. Okay, let's go.
This should loosen things up.
Slider puzzles are great. Alright, That's good, but... Oh, you know what? If I do that, and I do that, and I do that, we can just whoop! Hello?
Her shoe! She was just here.
Quite literally. And you stuck her on a rug on the floor? I mean, at least stick her in one of these very nice comfy chairs. That's the wrong thing. Yipes. Yeeks. Hello.
Rubber is shockproof.
Yes, Nan. Rubber is shockproof. Thank you. Lots of old props, I guess, and some rubber gloves. And I guess we go through here. And we're in the basement. And look at that. All the music, all the drama, all the laughs. Witness the wonderful spectacle that has all of New York abuzz.
The gate is electrified.
Yes, it is. Okay, so this is not like, this is kind of like the slider from the last game we played. The slide bars on the door, it's all RNG. So you just kind of have to press buttons until they click. Okay. 96852 1. Okay. 96852 Okay. 4. 96852 7. 96852 1. 4 7. Done. Hello?
Oh, Nancy.
Hi!
Hey.
I think the kidnapper just moved Maya to a new hiding place. Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
Wow, are you sure? I didn't see anything.
I found evidence that will prove that Maya's being held in this building.
Wow! Evidence. Where?
I'll talk to you later. I've got to get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey.
Okay. Well, there's that. You know what I don't get? Why did they put the trick chair in the front row? Why not put it in one of the boxes? Because, like, if it's in the front row, then the paying patrons next to, like, adjacent or around would notice that this woman just sinks through the floor, wouldn't she? However, if you put her in one of, like, the first floor boxes, if you put her in, like, the first floor box seat or something, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I show you. 'Cause around the side here. Because they put the trick chair, I think. If I can get it to highlight. Yeah. This is where they put the trick chair, right? And it's like, here's the thing, is that the patrons around her would definitely see this, right? Like, the patrons around whoever you're putting in here, like, I could be like, well, what if the person next to her, like, directly on the other side, was also a paid performer? Sure, but what about the people behind her? Right? They would definitely notice if the woman you're sitting next to just goes, whoop, right through the floor. However, stick her in one of these side boxes, or stick your performer in one of these side boxes, nobody will notice a thing. Or even on the corner chair over here. And you might get away with it. It's just weird placement to me. Okay. Anyway, we're supposed to be running off to call the cops. Come on, they just moved Maya. I'm not getting distracted, you're getting distracted. Shush.
Hola.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
So yeah, I won't be able to talk to anybody. We just have to call the police. Let's go. What was their number again? 1422. Okay. Done. Let's go.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing
Nope,
persons.
I
This
will
is
not
Nancy.
hold it. I don't know why.
Sergeant Ramsey, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Miss Drew.
I found Maya.
You found her?
Good.
So the case is closed.
I found her, and then she disappeared again.
Good grief. This girl's a regular Houdini. All right. What have you got for me?
I found a secret room under the stage. I saw Maya through a peephole.
Oh, okay, hang on. That was me. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if we can't. How bad off are we? Okay. Alright, that's kind of annoying. Give me a second here and we'll see what I can figure out. You know I'm working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going fine.
It'll probably make him more anxious. Whatever happens here, he's cold.
Okay, so, yeah, I know, it's a little messy, it's fine. I should have a second chance save from the electric gate. Yes.
The gate is electrified.
Okay, so we lose almost nothing. Same pattern? Nope, different pattern. Okay, 9-4. Sorry. 9-4-2. 9-4-2-7. 9-4-2-7. 5, 6. 9-4-2-7-5-3. 9-4-2-7-5-8. Okay. 6-3-1. Got it! Alright. So we just have a really painful cutscene with Brady. Hello!
Oh, Nancy! Hey!
Fancy meeting you here.
I think the kidnapper just moved Maya to a new hiding place.
Oh?
Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
Wow, are you sure?
I
didn't see anything.
No.
I found evidence that will prove that Maya's being held in this building.
Wow! Evidence. Where?
I'll talk to you later. I've got to get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey.
Alright, let's go. We gotta get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey now. Let's go. I won't get distracted this time, I promise. Yeah, more or less. I promise I may not get distracted this time. Alright, this is 1422, 1422. Alright, let's go! What do you got for me, Ramsey?
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing
Yeah.
persons. This is Ramsey.
Sergeant Ramsey, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Miss Drew.
I found Maya.
Hi.
You found her? So the case is closed.
Uh-oh.
I found her, and
Kay
then
is
she
gonna
disappeared
bark.
again.
Good grief.
Kay has
This
spotted
girl's
the
a regular
mailman. We
Houdini.
are in for a
All right.
barkening.
What have you got for me?
I found a secret room under the stage. I saw Maya through a peephole, but by the time I got
don't
into
know
the
if you can
room,
hear
she was
her
gone. The
whimpering
kidnapper
already,
must have moved her.
She's already
Peephole,
whimpering.
huh? Are you sure you saw her?
Sir, there's evidence. Pizza boxes and one of Maya's shoes. I left everything where it was so you could see for yourself.
So you think the kidnapper's been using this secret room as a base camp? Well, this is very interesting, Miss Drew. It sounds like you've been conducting quite a search.
Well,
now, you
somebody
please
had
send
to.
someone over to investigate?
Yep. Just bear with me while I try to find an available car. Help is on the way, Miss Drew.
Thank you.
Great. Bye.
Alright, so what do we got? He's gone. Anybody upstairs? Joseph, that's his name. I remembered. I remember.
Hi, Nancy. What happened?
Oh, kind of, you know what? I think I'll have another chance. I was going to say I kind of want to redo this today because I missed something, but I might have another opportunity. The kidnapper's been holding Maya in the magician's room.
The kidnapper's been holding Maya in that magician's room under the stage.
You found her? Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
By the time I got through the door, the room was empty.
Would you believe she's disappeared again?
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
I'm not crazy. I think the kidnapper moved her, but they left some evidence behind. Now,
I'm sure. She was there, and now she's gone. Don't tell me you think I'm crazy, too.
But what do you mean, gone? She left?
I don't think she could.
Well, she didn't just get up and walk away. Her legs were tied.
The kidnapper must have moved her.
So let's talk with pizza boxes.
I found a couple of pizza boxes down there, so at least I know she's not starving.
Evidence. That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest, Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Make sure they check that room.
Make sure they check that magician's secret room.
Sorry. Kay spotted the mailman. I told you you were in for a bargaining. I did not lie. All right. Kidnapper demands $50K. The St. Louis Police Department received a call yesterday demanding $5,000 or $50,000 for the return of Maya Wynn, a 19-year-old Washington University student who disappeared 2 days ago from movie star Brady Armstrong's dressing room at the historic Royal Palladium Theater. This stunning development marks the first significant lead in a mysterious case. Until now, the police have been reluctant to label Wynn's disappearance as a kidnapping, as there has been no evidence that the girl has been taken by force. Wynn, a reporter for the university's Student Life newspaper, was at the theater to interview Armstrong for an article. The call came in at 4:36 yesterday afternoon. Due to a voice distortion device, the police were unable to determine whether the caller was male or female. But they were able to trace the call to a payphone in Granite City. According to earlier rumors, the alleged kidnapping was motivated by a fanatic's desire to save the Royal Palladium from today's scheduled demolition. But yesterday's caller made no reference to the theater. The police now believe that the kidnapper's desperation is financial in nature and will not stop the demolition from proceeding according to schedule. As for a ransom, see Ransom A4 for details. So the police backed off. Alright, I think I have another opportunity up here. I missed my opportunity to do something up here earlier.
Can you believe this ransom demand coming out of thin air?
Did they get any information on the call?
Did they get any information on the call?
Apparently, the call came from north of here, a town called Granite City. Personally, I think it's a hoax, but now the police are convinced that Maya's not in this building.
Right, we were going over suspects and then I totally didn't get distracted.
That's crazy. She was tied up in the magician's room yesterday. I saw her. And the kidnapper must have been here too because Maya didn't move herself.
Are you sure the pizza boxes were in that magician's room? Because the police couldn't find anything.
Oh boy. What do you mean they couldn't find anything?
What do you mean they couldn't find anything?
They searched the whole building.
How could they miss 2 big pizza boxes with leftover pizza inside? What about Maya's shoe? Somebody must have moved the evidence. So the police still think I'm making this up. So is that what you're telling me?
So the police still think I'm making this up? Is that what you're telling me?
Follow your gut, Nancy. If you think Maya's still here, you keep looking for her, you hear?
I will, thank you. Got another threat from the kidnapper. A creepy voice came over the PA system. It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up?
It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up, Joseph?
Oh, fine. Everything's great. Fine, fine. I was up till the wee hours polishing up the lobby. Heck, I'm even fixing to repair the old keymaker so you can give it a whirl. Guess old habits die hard, eh?
I got another threat from the kidnapper. That creepy voice came on the PA and told me to stop searching for Maya.
Why is he still showing up?
But who? Someone must have ducked out of the press conference. I was so busy with crowd control, I didn't even notice.
Gotta go now.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
I mean, like, I get that he loves the theater and all that, but, like, who's paying his salary? Why is he still coming? He shouldn't still be coming here. Huh.
Hola.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Like, he shouldn't still be coming here after all this time. Like, who's paying his salary to run? Because there's no movies to run. There's nothing to fix up. I mean, there's plenty to fix up, but if the building's getting demolished, nobody's going to care about fixing the place up. So why is he still coming to work every day like nothing's wrong? Is he supposed to be security for the place? It doesn't make any sense. Hello?
What are you doing hanging out with that Falcone jerk?
Who are you, my overprotective big brother? You know what? I'm not hanging out with him, Brady. I'm conducting a search here.
I'm not hanging out with him, Brady. I'm conducting a search here, and I'll take any tip I can get.
That guy's bad news, and he's certainly not going to help your credibility with the police.
Don't worry, I don't trust him any more than I trust you.
Don't worry. I don't trust him any more than I trust you, or anyone else around here for that matter.
Just trying to help.
Talk to you later, Brady.
You betcha.
So, suspects. Who is most suspicious? Well, we have Brady, Maya. Ooh. Maya did disappear from Brady's, I hear splattering. Can I? Oh yeah, look up. Yep, there we go. Broken light. Fun. So, Maya did disappear.
I'm sure this can be repaired.
I'm sure it can too. Can we go past it? Thank you. So, Maya did disappear from Brady's dressing room, right? But so far, that's the only connection to
How's
Brady
progress?
we have.
I know you sent the funeral wreath. Now where's Maya?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sugar. Listen, the pressure must really be getting to you. I know a top-notch aromatherapist in town, okay? I'll give you her number.
I'm not stressed, I'm livid. Come on, here we go.
Come on, Simone. Ginger's 24-hour flower-rama? I believe you've been caught red-handed.
You broke into my personal property?
Yep.
I could have you arrested for that.
I mean, not really, because you left your personal property unattended in a room. Now, what you can have me arrested for is cracking into your PDA. That I could be arrested for. But the fact that you left your handbag in an unlocked dressing room, you left your open, unlocked handbag in an unlocked dressing room, you can't have me arrested for that. Go ahead, call the police. Tell them you're the kidnapper.
Go ahead, call the police. And while you're at it, why don't you mention that you're the kidnapper?
All right, I sent the stupid wreath, but I'm no kidnapper. I needed something for the cameras, didn't I? And it was a very tasteful arrangement. Should have been for $300. Perhaps I went a little overboard.
Are you serious, though? Someone should sentence you to 50
Someone
years
should
of
sentence you to 50 years of humanity service, whether you're the kidnapper or not.
I mean, not wrong, because she's like, she's muddying the waters. So, okay. Suspects. We have Falcone, who has been convicted of who has been, well, not convicted, but suspected of kidnapping for the cause before.
Hola.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Right? But he says that he doesn't really kidnap for the cause. The last girl that he supposedly kidnapped for the cause was actually part of the cause. She wasn't some innocent girl. So he says he wouldn't kidnap an innocent girl. He says. We all know how much you can put stock in what a suspect says. Simone is definitely using this as a PR move, right? Like, everything Simone does is definitely for the press. But I suppose the question then becomes, if everything Simone does is for the press, there we go. Did she kidnap Maya for the press of it all? I saw I read here for just a second. Ah! Magic Secrets, Volume 4? Volume 4. The real showstopper and satisfying illusion, which to end a performance is a phantom message. The effect: set a sharpened pencil and a small sheet of paper on your magician's stand and select a volunteer from the audience. After turning your back, ask the volunteer to write a message on the sheet of paper with the pencil. When she says that she's ready, you pick up the sheet of paper while making a point not to look at it, crumple the paper into a ball, and to the amazement of the audience, make it explode into a ball of flame. Then you produce a deck of cards from your pocket and set it on your magician's stand. The volunteer picks a random card from the deck. Explain to the volunteer that her written message has risen from the ashes and will make itself known. Take the sharpened pencil and begin to rub the face of the volunteer's card gently with the side of the pencil tip. Within seconds, words begin to reappear on the card. It's the exact message the volunteer had written on the sheet of paper. This trick will utilize few of the techniques and gimmicks that we've covered in previous chapters. First, you'll place the pencil and paper on the stand, secretly having a playing card face up hidden beneath the sheet of paper. As the volunteer writes her message on the paper, the pencil will leave an imprint of the message on the playing card. No, be sure your pencil is sharp for this. After the volunteer is finished, lift the paper and the card at the same time with your right hand. While keeping the card hidden, take the piece of paper with your left hand and secretly leave the card in your right, using the palming technique from Chapter 3. As you crumple the paper in your left hand, you will secretly be busy with your right hand. Place your right hand into your right jacket pocket. Release the card and slide your flash paper trigger into your index finger. Then secretly palm a wad of flash paper as you remove your hand from the jacket pocket. See flash paper and other effects in Chapter 7. While holding the crumpled message in your left hand and holding flash paper in your right hand, give the illusion that you're taking the crumpled message into your right hand. This will be achieved by using a French drop technique from Chapter 2. As you pretend to hold the message in your right hand, secretly drop the real message into your left jacket pocket with your left hand. Now, in your right hand, ignite the flash paper with a spark from your flash paper trigger. As you throw the wad of paper into the air, it will burst into a very quick and very bright ball of flame. Important notice to young magicians: use flash paper only under the supervision of an adult. With your left hand, pull a deck of cards out of your jacket pocket and set them on your magician's stand. As you do this, slip your right hand into your right jacket pocket and secretly remove the flash paper trigger from your index finger and take the card. With the imprint on it, take the card with the imprint on it into your right hand. Palm the card from view and take your right hand out of your pocket. Secretly put the imprinted card into the deck of cards on your magician's stand and make sure that this card will be chosen by your volunteer. This can be achieved by using a card force, as outlined in the index chapter. After the volunteer chooses the imprinted card at random, gently rub the side of the pencil tip across the face of the card. The imprint of the image will surface amid the applause of your audience. Chapter 9, The Card Force. As you're undoubtedly learning, nothing is left to chance in magic. When you ask someone to choose a random card from a deck of playing cards, one thing is for sure: he will always take the card you want him to take. How? By using card force. Though very simple, this magic force is quite effective. Before you perform the trick, secretly set up by doing the following. Take a deck of cards and place it face down on the table. Take the card of your choice, let's say the Queen of Hearts, and place it as the 10th card down from the top of the deck. Hand this secretly stacked deck to an audience member. Place it face down in her hand and tell her that she is going to choose a random card out of the deck. Ask her to choose a number between 11 and 20. For our purposes, let's say she picks 14. Then you ask her to count and place from the top of the deck So you ask her to count and place one from the top of the deck and one at a time, 14 cards into a new pile on the table. After she's done, ask her to take this new pile and place it face down in her left hand. Now ask her to add together the two digits that comprise her number. Since she's picked 1 and 4, the digits would be 1 and 4. Therefore, 1 plus 4 equals 5. Then ask her to count to 5 and place 5 cards, one at a time, on top of the deck and into a new pile on the table. When she's done, ask her to turn over the top card on this new pile. This is the random card she's chosen. It also just happens to be the Queen of Hearts. How does it work? The magic in this trick happens through a mathematic equation. Choosing any number between 11 and 20 and adding those two digits will always automatically reveal your 10th card. Try it. You can use force conjugation with Phantom Message Trick on page 56 by leaving a stack of 9 cards in your right jacket pocket. Dropping it carefully to the bottom of this stack, it will automatically make it the 10th card. You can then palm the entire stack in your right hand and secretly place it on top of the deck of cards on your magician's stand. Okay. If you say, I'm gonna be real, you kind of lost me with all the mathing, but the basic takeaway that you want to take is how to get a message from an imprint paper. Right? That's what they really kind of want you to take away from this, is get a message from the imprint paper. Okay. So, words. Right, we were going over suspects. Okay, so Simone is fishy because she's cashing in on all this stuff with press conferences and trying to make Brady look awesome. Brady is suspicious mostly because Maya just disappeared from his dressing room. Joseph would definitely want to save the theater, and so does, name. Falcone. Thank you. I will be taking that. A Sunny Boy Sun-Free Tanning Spray. Pro-Gain Extra Strength for Men. And
Maya's notebook.
Ooh, he's got Maya's notebook. Why the Royal Palladium for the premiere of Vanishing Destiny? Was it BA's decision or his agent? Does he make any of his own decisions? Any history with the Royal Palladium? Research attended benefit last year to save historic theaters in LA, the Galaxy. Interested in saving the Royal Palladium? Do you believe actors should use their influence to champion political causes? Move that one up a little bit. What's your next project? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Ever done anything you regret to further your career? Wait until the end and hit him with the evidence and demand an answer. Evidence of what? She has evidence on him? I just want to close the bag. I just wanted to close the bag so I can get out.
Hey, you.
Hey, you, me, Brady, rotten fraud. Or the jig is up, Brady. Start talking.
The jig is up, Brady. Start talking.
Huh? I'm afraid you've lost me.
I'm afraid you've lost me as well, Nancy. What are we talking about? You kidnapped Maya because you didn't want her to print this article. You've been lying and playing Mr. Helpful and Concerned all this time. And I found her notebook in your bag.
You've been lying to me, playing Mr. Helpful and Concerned all this time. I found her notebook in your bag.
I haven't done anything wrong.
We sure about that? Oh, never mind. That's something in. You have some nerve. I bet that notebook has your fingerprints all over it. Well, obviously, it's in his bag.
I wonder if the police will agree with that.
Okay, Nancy, here's the deal. My real name is Brady Thompson. Simone pushed for Armstrong, more wholesomely smoldering, she said.
Huh.
Yeah, so?
I'm Wave of the Future, Inc., the owner of this theater, great nephew of JJ himself.
So why don't you just stop the demolition?
Why don't you stop the demolition?
The place is shabby. It needs major repairs. It's a money pit and a has-been. Not the image I want to project.
So is everything about image with you?
Everything about image with you?
Never underestimate the power of image, Nancy. You are what you project.
And what is that you wish to project? So what's your point?
So what's your point?
When people think of Brady Armstrong, they think sparkling white teeth and healthy glow. Success glows. It doesn't crumble and sag. The hero never rides a has-been horse.
That does not answer my question, sir. What are you going to do with the site? Then why don't you sell the theater to someone else? Well, very simply because he doesn't think anybody else is going to want to buy it in this state.
But what are you going to do with the site?
When I saw these ritzy theme restaurants popping up all over the country, it hit me like pow. My first original idea. Brady Armstrong's Planet Tinseltown. Can't you see it on the marquee? Grand opening. The lights will say it all.
Yeah, you could actually probably do better if you used a historical theater as that venue. Like if you were to transform a historical theater into Planet Tinseltown, especially one where Harry Houdini performed. Harry Houdini himself performed here. If you were to transfer those rooms, right? If you were to I'm not thinking of the word, remodel, I guess. Remodel it into Planet Tinseltown, you'd actually have a bigger sell point. Especially with things like you could make the various secret rooms that are built into this theater as private party locations, right? Like you could rent out the magician's room as a private party location. And then you could also make getting into it part of the fun or something. There's a lot you could do with a venue like this if you wanted to turn it into a theme restaurant. But the restaurant game is really difficult. Anyway, what does this have to do with Maya?
What does this have to do with Maya?
I've sworn to be the captain of my own destiny. Maya was going to expose me, muck up my name in this controversy. It would have been a dark cloud over the launch of Tinseltown.
I don't care about your name. Where's Maya?
I don't care about your name. Where's Maya?
I didn't kidnap her. I found her notepad in the basement with the press pass. I just thought I'd hang on to it for a few days until the dust settles.
How could you withhold anything that might help me find her?
How could you withhold anything that might help me find her? How could you?
Sorry, Nancy. Look, you're not thinking clearly. It's obvious she's not in the building. We've searched everywhere.
In a building that obviously has secret passages. How do you know you've searched everywhere?
Call off the demolition! You've got to!
You're the only one who thinks she's here. There's no evidence.
Nicholas thinks she's in the building.
He's an outlaw, and he's using you.
There was evidence. I found a pizza box and one of her shoes.
Evidence that no one was able to verify. Who's to say you didn't imagine that stuff?
Joseph believes me.
He's a confused old codger. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to rally a wrecking crew.
You can't do this!
You actually can't rally a wrecking crew unless you're ready to go public with the fact that you're the one destroying this theater. Which, considering how much controversy there is around you destroying the theater, I don't think you want to go public with that right now. I'm just saying.
Nancy, we could be golden. A package just came from that museum. We may have the goods to stop this demolition dead in its tracks. Check the ticket booth.
Sweet. We only have like an hour, so I kind of hope it's ready soon. We have a package here. Nancy, please see me right away. It's the missing posters. That's the paper. He said there was a thing in here. Ah, here we go. Found it! The Library of Congress. Sorry. Dear Miss Drew, I couldn't find anything written in Mr. Houdini's own hand, but I did find this letter addressed to Mr. Houdini from a close colleague and dear friend. It seems to hint at the information you require. I hope this package has arrived in time to be useful to you. Dutifully yours, Sherman H. Trout. Okay. Sorry. I am highly allergic to fall, and it is causing a lot of problems. You see, Falcone had some fun with the Vanishing Destiny standee. Excuse me. I've got a couple of things here. Number one. You know how we learned that we can use a pencil for impressions? I am going to need that. Now, the next thing we are going to need is to know how this key is shaped. We have one long tong, one short. We have two short fat tongs. We have three short tongs and one J-shaped tong. There we go. Fat J-shaped tong. Either way, we've got it. So, let's go downstairs. We're gonna need this in a second. We need 25 cents. Where's that quarter I picked up at the very beginning? Right there. There's our key blank. What do we need? We need this one. One long, one short. We need 2 short fat. We need 3 regular. And then we need this one. Make that key for me. And let's see if I have this right. And if it goes from back of the key to front of the key. And if not, then I've got a problem. Nope, that's it. Alrighty. Alright, so just like we did with our let's go up. Aww.
I should switch the power off.
It's not working. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can fix this. Before we fix it. Here we go. Here we go. I almost forgot to check for this. Herbert Reddit and Son, Men's Rooming House, 601 Main Street, Greenwood, Arizona, 86505. For a clean bed, a hot meal, and a place to hang your hat, you can always room with the Radus. Dear Mr. Hughes, we received your letters inquiring about the whereabouts of Jacob Hughes. Unfortunately, Jake died 6 months ago. He'd been ill with emphysema for some time, but you'll be glad to know that he enjoyed his cigarettes to the end and died peacefully in his sleep. We regret that we were unable to contact you at the time of his death, but we had no idea that Jake had a brother. He never mentioned any family, and our research didn't turn up any leads. Your brother was cremated according to his last wishes, and no rent was due on his room. Please contact the county coroner's office if you would like to have his ashes shipped to you. We're sorry for your loss. Best of luck. Sincerely, Herbert Reddit Jr. So, not only does Joseph desperately want to save the theater, but we now know that he wants to save the theater and his backup plan is kaput.
It's locked.
Because his retirement plan was to go open a movie theater with his brother in Arizona. That's not a thing.
Okay, officers, this is our final sweep.
Hello.
In a matter of minutes, this building will be nothing but a pile of rubble.
I'm so close. I just need a few more minutes.
Okay, can I close that? Let's turn around. In here. Hide. Because this is a smart idea.
See anything, Dino? All clear in here, Sarge.
This is a smart idea. Hide so that they don't see you. Okay, and put in a new bulb.
Something's missing
I said
here.
to put in a new bulb. Thank you. Close that up. Couple of things we need. Number 1. There it is. Let's put that up. Now. What do we got? Dear Harry. Dear Harry, how's tricks? Not that I need to ask. I've seen the papers, and I know that you dazzle in the crowds wherever you go. I received your letter, and I must say, I'm very intrigued by your plans. This Thompson character sounds slippery indeed. If you want to disentangle yourself from him, and you have the opportunity to do a good deed at the same time, I say bravo! What a windfall! A thriving theater like the Royal Palladium? What a windfall for a struggling young artist to inherit 50% ownership of a thriving theater like the Royal Palladium. But who is this mysterious benefactory of yours? A magician, I assume. But where in the world did you come across a woman magician? I've never heard of one. Is she talented? Once again, your generosity is unsurpassed. I commend your noble heart and look forward to seeing you at the Princess in Montreal. It will be an auspicious reunion. All the best, your friend and colleague, Dizzy Nushan. Okay, so he may not have actually given the theater to a magician, because all that it says here is a windfall for a struggling artist. An artist, not necessarily an illusionist. There is a difference. Do we know somebody who had a struggling artist story? Whoa. What on earth?
Testing.
Oh.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello? Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on?
He was never actually
Hello?
testing the PA system. He wasn't actually testing the PA system. Alright. So, no, not go back in. I'm trying to come out of that. We're trying to get out. Where do I go to get out? There we go. Found where I go to get out. Alright. Well, that kind of clinches it, don't it? Voice swap. Oh, it's a voice changer. Ooh, buddy. Alright. So,
I need that knob. Another secret passageway.
Alrighty.
I should switch the power off.
Hey, Nancy, I've been looking for you.
Hi. Oh, what for?
How did you avoid the police?
I've decided I need to get organized, Nancy. Tomorrow I'm really gonna straighten up in here.
I'd say death by wrecking ball and or felony kidnapping charges rank higher on your list of problems.
I'd say death by wrecking ball and or felony kidnapping charges rank higher on your list of problems than office clutter at the moment, Joseph.
I think a fresh coat of paint would really cheer things up, don't you?
I know it's you, Joseph, but why?
I know it's you, Joseph, but why? Were you trying to buy some time so the Historical Society could declare the theater a landmark or something?
Do you think the premiere will sell out?
The police think the building is empty.
The police think the building is empty. You've got to help me or we'll all be smashed to bits.
Don't tell them she's here, Nancy. I'll take her away and knock down the theater.
They're gonna knock it down anyway!
They're gonna knock it down anyway. Please, we don't have much time.
Don't tell them, Nancy.
Oh, buddy. We have issues. Can I thank you? Right. I am on a clock here.
It's locked.
It's locked, but I do have a key. A key that I got at the beginning. What do we have here? Hiram Shut. Dear Hiram, the Festival of Illusions begins next week, and every show is sold out. If the public finds out that Houdini has ditched the theater, that I'm now in business with some anonymous woman artist, I am liable to have the public mutiny on my hands. More importantly, I stand to lose a lot. I stand to lose a lot of money. I have no idea how Houdini ever heard the name Luisa Falcone in the first place. But I'd like to wring the neck of the fellow who mentioned her. I've got Houdini's paperwork here, and I plan to sit on it until the festival is over. Houdini's on the road anyway. By the time he gets back, it'll be settled. Thanks for your cooperation. I would love to read that for... Well, you know what? We'll just second chance it. Let's load and save. Thank you. I never name them. I know it's weird. Whereas J.J. Thompson, owner of the Palladium Theater and resident of St. Louis, Missouri, has signed over half the ownership and said property to Harry Houdini as a reward for Mr. Houdini's successful escape from the watery grave. And whereas Mr. Houdini has made the acquaintance of Louisa Falcone of St. Louis, Missouri, the artist responsible for all the ornamental plaster work inside the theater. And whereas Mr. Thompson never delivered the payments to Madame Falcone for her services rendered. And whereas the mention of Mr. Thompson in failing to deliver payment or credit to Madame Falcone in any way for her work constitutes fraudulent and immoral motions, and whereas Mr. Houdini is in the utmost and honest character. Therefore, it is to be resolved by 3 parties, whose signature appear below, that the property rights insecure and appropriate of the Palladium Theater vested in Mr. Houdini's interests be transferred to Madame Louisa Falcone in recognition for her unpaid services to Mr.
3
Thompson.
minutes till demolition.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, okay. Can we move on, please? Thank you. Actually, is there a back page to this? No. Okay, cool. Alright. Can I move on? I've already wasted way too much time. I'm gonna have to,
I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks.
So, here's what we do. We go from the bottom. Got it. Okay. Ah!
So fast, Detective.
Please, Joseph.
Please let me past.
I can't let you do this, Nancy.
I'm warning you. I still got a trick or two up my sleeve.
We're going down in a blaze.
We're not going down in a blaze.
My light!
I am going to flip back. Boom!
Stop the demolition!
Woo!
Dear Bess, I still can hardly believe that Joseph, sweet old Joseph, was Maya's kidnapper. He says he planned to kidnap Brady with the idea that Simone could use her Hollywood connections to save the theater. But when Maya entered the dressing room, he panicked and grabbed her instead. Plan B was to stall the demolition long enough for the Historical Society to declare the building an official landmark. I guess he's been at the Royal Palladium for so long, he just couldn't imagine his life without it.
Armstrong, do we still like him or what?
Poor Joseph wasn't cut out for a life of crime, and pretty soon things were spinning out of his control. Simone's publicity stunts didn't help.
No, that's true.
At least he was courteous and kind to Maya through the whole thing. Her testimony should help him in court. The good news is that the Royal Palladium is still standing. Once he heard that Nicholas would inherit his grandmother Louisa's 50% of the theater, Brady decided he'd better find another site for Planet Tinseltown. In order to make amends for things, and because he needed some good publicity, Brady donated his half of the theater to the St. Louis Historical Society. Together with Haddett, they should have this place restored to its original glory in no time. Not such a happy ending for Simone, I'm afraid. She received an official reprimand from the National Press Corps for her stunt with the wreath. Still, knowing Simone, she'll be back at the top of her game in no time.
I mean, an official reprimand
here
is
ends
nothing
the
more
longest
than
3 days of my life. The premiere of Vanishing Destiny is back on. But I think this detective is going to wait for it to come out on videotape. Talk to you
videotape.
soon. Love, Nancy.
Oh, there's an old blast from the past. Ooh, videotape. Yeesh. That's an old one. So, yeah. So the one that I was looking for was Joseph originally said that he had, his plan after this was he had a brother that he was going to go into business with in Arizona. But the telegram we found basically said, oh, sorry dude, your brother's not alive anymore. So he lied to us. Now the question is, why was he so intent on keeping Maya hidden? Right? He's like, oh, we have like, you know, maybe 10 minutes left. He was like, we even got down to 3 minutes, right? Demolition in 3 minutes. And he's still being like, don't tell him they're here. Don't tell him she's here. It's like, dude, you've got to be kidding me. Don't tell him she's here. We're all going to die in 3 minutes. Also, can we talk about how smart it is to hide from people clearing a building? I mean, really, Nancy, you did almost die. And that would have been on you. But anyway. We got a lot of, yeah, we got a lot of voice actors that pulled double duty. Punchy LaRue is actually a voice actor, which is interesting because that gets called out in Danger by Design as Nancy's stage name. All right. It says Treasure in a Royal Tower. They didn't change it from the last credits. All right, well, that is it for me. I will be back tomorrow. We will be doing... Oh, it's not Final Scene. I want to say it's Scarlet Hand, but it could be Moondogs. It might be Moondogs. Moondogs. Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow. We will be playing Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake to continue Nancvember. We will be playing, there we go. We will be playing every single Nancy Drew that I have in order. In order for the rest of this month and knowing me probably a little bit into November. I should actually probably put up a poll on my channel so that you guys can let me know if you want me to play through Scarlet Keys, Secret of the Seven Keys on stream. I'm gonna be real with you. I am like 98% positive that my husband is gonna get me Secret of the Seven Keys for Christmas. It's gonna be a Christmas present this year, I think. And if not, then he's getting it for me on my birthday, which is also sometime in the winter. So I will have it either in Christmas or I will have it by March. So here's the thing. The Nancy Drew games that I have been playing have been fairly easy for me to go through because I've gone through them all a minimum of 10 times each game. Minimum. So I'm fairly familiar with all of them. But the problem that I am going to have is with a new game, I have a tendency to get tripped up. And like, I'm kind of like Gab Smolders, whereas I don't really care if you give me hints and tips and everything in the chat, because I mostly play for stories. So as long as you don't give me story spoilers, I don't care. But the problem is that I don't really get much of a chat. So what I'm currently debating on is whether I play Secret of the Seven Keys blind live on stream and probably stumble through it pretty hardcore, or if we go ahead and I play it off stream once or twice to kind of get an idea of how things are going. The problem is, like, I want to do a blind react to the ending, but I'm afraid of getting tripped up by the puzzles, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I might consider putting that up as a poll on stream. I might not. We'll see how things go. Anyway, I am live every Wednesday to Sunday, somewhere between 8:30 and 10 a.m.-ish Eastern or New York time, whichever is easiest for you to Google. I hope to see you guys back tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.